The Dallas Texans hold a 3-2 record at the halfway point of the season due to the output of Sam Moore. Last week, Moore recorded 5 receptions for 75 yards and 3 touchdowns in the Texans' 38-26 win over Columbus. The New Orleans Knight had a head-on collision with the Detroit Drive last week. Although they lost 45-22, the Knight only trailed by 6 points midway through the fourth quarter, and their one victory this season came against the Dallas Texans. It's Dallas and New Orleans next on Prime Network. Prime Network presents Arena Football. Tonight from the Superdome in New Orleans, the Dallas Texans take on the New Orleans Knight. Hello, everyone. I'm Bill Lang. Glad to have you with us for Arena Football tonight. Dallas versus New Orleans. Should be an interesting matchup here this evening as Dallas comes in at 3-2, trying to get back-to-back wins for the first time this year. And for New Orleans, it's been a rough go. They're just 1-4, but the one team they beat, the Texans, they try to sweep the season series. Back with us, of course, Tony Hill on the color work this evening. And Tony, we've got quarterbacks to talk about tonight. In Dallas, a bit of a brouhaha as the one-time MVP of the league, Ben Bennett, was sent swapping to Orlando. He wasn't playing at all this year, but the fans certainly liked him, and it also gives a big vote of confidence for the youngster Alfred Jenkins.
Undoubtedly. Last week, the fans booed the Texans and Alfred Jenkins. However, Coach Pearson thinks he has a jewel in Alfred Jenkins, and because of that, they stick with Alfred Jenkins. Here's a guy, he's 6 foot, 200 pounds. He's got a tremendous amount of agility, a tremendous amount of ability, and Coach Pearson thinks this guy can make big plays for their ball club.
So as he backs his man, on the other end, Eddie Kayette decided it's time to make a change. Willie Totten, the starter from the beginning of the season here in New Orleans, will not get the starting nod tonight. Mickey Guidry is the new quarterback.
Well, there's another situation. Willie Totten completed 50% of his passes. However, bottom line, they weren't winning. Therefore, Coach Kayak is going with Mr. Guidry because he believes this guy can play. This guy's produced a tremendous amount of big plays for their ball club, and he wants to give him a chance to do this from the start of the game.
Should be fun tonight here at the Superdome. New Orleans and Dallas is coming up in just a moment on Prime Network. Prime Network's presentation of Arena Football is brought to you by Little Caesars, 2 great pizzas, 1 low price, always, always. By Spalding, official supplier of the Ironman football. By Bike, advanced technology serving athletes worldwide. And by Max Pro, the fastest growing brand of helmets in America.
Caesar's Cheeser. Not 1, but 2 pizzas loaded with cheese and up to 5 toppings for $8.98.
Teaser.
When sports cream, when arms are sore, when legs ache, when muscles hurt. Why sports cream? Massaging sports cream in brings fast pain relief. No medicine-y smell, no odor. Why sports cream? Because it works.
Athlete's foot. Every year, over 28 million Americans get it. Try NP27. Its doctor-recommended ingredient stops burning and itching fast. NP27. Nothing's a better cure for athlete's foot.
Hi, this is Marsha Warfield on behalf of the Inglewood Police Department. In a traffic accident, you don't have to be at fault to lose your car, time of savings, or your life. Protect yourselves and your loved ones. Drive sober, buckle up, and insure against these losses.
Come to the swap meet of cars at For Sale by Owner, where buyers meet sellers. Selling your car? Bring it in, and for just $25, you'll get a beeper and be paid when we sell your car. Hundreds of cars seen by thousands of people. Buyers are free.
We found the model we were looking for.
Take a test drive and negotiate the price directly with the seller by phone.
There's no salesman to bother you.
No salesman, no middleman, just great deals.
It's so easy.
For Sale by Owner, 3750 Convoy Street in Kearney Mesa. It's the swap meet of cars.
Padres fans, you can order single Padres home games in your home on pay-per-view cable television. All it takes is one phone call, and you, your family, and friends can enjoy the Padres from the stadium, all in the comfort of your own home for just $7.95. The next Padres home games on cable TV are listed on your screen. So order early. Call now.
Welcome back to the Superdome in New Orleans, where tonight the New Orleans Knight will take on the Dallas Texans in arena football. Before we have more on tonight's game, let's take a look back at what happened in last week in arena football action. New Orleans was on the road to go against Detroit, and the drive improved to 5-0 with a convincing 45-22 victory. They exploded late in the game. Art Schleister, another big night, the quarterback for the drive, 12 of 29 for 176 yards and 3 TDs. George LaFrance on the receiving end there, and Detroit remains unbeaten. In the wildest game maybe of the season, Tampa Bay outlasted Albany 57-53. The Storm now 4-1. Andre Bowden, a big game on the ground as he had 8 carries for 72 yards and 3 scores for Tampa Bay as the Storm outdid Albany 57-53. Dallas slid by Columbus 38-26 as the Texans improved to 3-2. Another big night from Sam Moore, the Dallas wide receiver, 5 receptions for 75 yards and 3 TDs. This one coming from quarterback Jenkins, and Dallas with a win 38-26 over Columbus. In Denver, the Dynamite took care of the Predators, 39-19 the final. Reggie Kyer threw for 2 scores and a losing cause, and Mike Hold, another big performance for the Dynamite. Hold 11 of 17 for 143 yards and 2 touchdowns. This one coming to Wayne Coffey as Denver wins it by 20. That's a look at our highlights. We'll have more on Arena Football tonight. It is New Orleans and Dallas in just a moment.
Who pays full price?
Well, people who pay full price just don't understand the benefits of programs such as the Players Club.
It's foolish to pay full price if you can get away with something lighter.
What is Players Club anyway?
Players Club is a discount card. It's a VIP card.
It's my vacation club. It's my vacation club. And when I call there, I'm not just some number.
I would say just the fact that everybody treats you like you're somebody important.
It's just like it's your own special travel agent, the same thing.
A wonderful way to save money.
25 to 50% off regular hotel rates?
Well, that particular weekend, we saved $120 on the room.
On average, we probably save on the room somewhere around $40 to $50 a night.
It's not just the savings, it's the convenience. It's picking up that telephone and calling up and getting room reservations without even going through any hassle.
Always 25% off meals and drinks?
And they just automatically take 25% off of the meal, and there's no hassle to it.
And 25% right off the top, and everyone sort of looks over and says, ooh.
Las Vegas, Atlantic City, Reno, Lake Tahoe, the Caribbean, and cruise ships?
If you want to go to Vegas, Atlantic City, or ride the Caribbean cruises, it's the card to have.
And airfares guaranteed lower than any available scheduled fare?
And it was the same flight, but a lower fare, which was nice.
They were able to get my same price and then add their discount to it.
What's my next move?
Just a phone call. One phone call.
There's 0 risk involved.
Very friendly, no pressure at all.
Unbelievably helpful and nice. There is no pressure.
Just gave me all the information I needed.
Plus, they had the 2 free days in Vegas, which we're using now.
New members get 2 free nights in their choice of Las Vegas or Atlantic City when the club books their flights. Call toll-free for free information. 1-800-328-9100. There's absolutely no obligation.
Welcome back to the Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. Bill Land and Tony Hill with you as the holiday weekend being celebrated by the folks down here in Bayou Country. And getting ready to go, the Dallas Texans and the New Orleans Knight this evening here on Prime Network. And we'll take a look at the standings to see the importance of this game. Detroit and Tampa Bay will go in a showdown battle Monday night up in Detroit. Detroit at 5-0, the Storm at 4-1. And there's the deadlock with Denver and Dallas at 3-2. Albany and Orlando are 2-3. They play one another this weekend and then travel to Orlando to meet again next weekend. New Orleans is 1-4 and Columbus is 0-5. The Thunderbolts will be going against Denver and Ohio on Saturday. There's Drew Pearson. first-year head coach of the Dallas Texans, took over for Ernie Stautner, another former Dallas Cowboy man, as Ernie has moved on to the National Football League as an assistant coach with the Broncos and drew at 3-2 in his first year. Eddie Kayat. You don't know Eddie Kayat? You haven't been watching football for the last 3 decades. He's only got 34 years of professional experience. 1-4 here this year, assisted by Harold Jackson and Brian Gardner. Now for our coin toss down on the field.
We're going to kick it. Y'all want the ball? Which way you want to kick it?
We've got Sid Abramowitz, who is out helping with the coin toss tonight. One-time New Orleans Saint.
Gentlemen, let's have a good game going on.
And we'll be set to go here in a second as New Orleans and Dallas tangle here. And let's take a look at how these two teams stack up statistically coming into this contest. You see with New Orleans yards passing just 137, Dallas 181. New Orleans had great success in the earlier meeting this year running the football, and they have double the rushing yardage per game against Dallas. Total yards 205, 183. Dallas, the points scored, that has been a problem for New Orleans, just 26 a game, as teams averaging combined about 69 points a game in this league. And the turnovers are even. There you see the points allowed, and New Orleans has not been able to shut people down as well. Dallas has a very solid defensive team, second best in the league points allowed. There's the best player on the ball club, according to Coach Eddie Kayat, Milton Barney, 2-time winner of the Ironman Award. And if you're just checking out arena football for the first time, they play both ways in this league. He's a dandy, Tony.
Oh, he's definitely an exemplified person as far as the Ironman is concerned. This guy can play both ways. He can intercept the ball, he can catch the ball, he can return kicks. He does it all, and that's why they call him an Ironman.
And Dallas will receive on the opening kickoff here at the Superdome. It seats 15,000 for arena football, as they'll reset the ball there. And by the way, take a good look at it. Could be yours. If it goes in the stands in arena football, you keep it. You don't hand it back. New Orleans won the first meeting between the two, June 8th in Dallas, 27-23, as Dallas had fumbleitis. They had 5 fumbles in that game, losing 3 of them, and an interception late in the game. In fact, with just 6 seconds to go, by Milton Barney of New Orleans is what gave the night that victory by 4 at Reunion Arena in Dallas. So the Texans wanted to get even. Anytime it's Texas, Louisiana, and anything, there's a bit of a rivalry.
Oh, there's always a rivalry. One of the things, one of the important things for Dallas right now is to improve their specialty team. Coach Aaron Mitchell, I had a chance to chat with him. He said his #1 concern is improve their specialty team. They think this guy, Jeff Jenkins, can do the job for him.
Jenkins getting a start at the wideout tonight, takes the kickoff 2 yards deep in the end zone to the 10, out across the 15. A flag is thrown as Jenkins makes it out to the 18-yard line. Alfred Jenkins, yes, they are brothers. The quarterback and a vote of confidence getting the starting nod again this weekend with the trade of Ben Bennett. And the rest of the offensive starters, Mitchell Ward, Jeff Jenkins of the wideout, along with Sam Moore, Atron Kinney, Gary Coster, the tight end, Jeff Hurd, and good old Frank Meat Denard, the big fellas up front. Penalty goes against the Texans, so that fine return will bring the ball back to the 7-yard line. And take a look at Alfred Jenkins and his season numbers of 881 yards throwing for 13 scores, 5 interceptions. He has been inconsistent. When he's hot, he's red hot, and when he's cold, he's ice cold.
Well, the last time we had a chance to see him play, he performed admirably, and they definitely anticipate that this game.
Jenkins on first down, throws it out. Complete to the 10 and across to about the 13-yard line on the play, as making the reception is Sam Moore, the big play man out of Sam Houston. Here's how things stack up defensively. Hazley, Bishop, and Thompson are the linemen. Mason and McIntosh the linebackers. Barney anchors the secondary, along with a newcomer, Anthony Anderson, and Jack Phillips. And we're all set now with the Knight and the Texans. Bill Land and Tony Hill with you, just underway. It'll be 2nd down and 4. The ball on the 13-yard line for Dallas, as Jenkins and crew go to work. In the backfield, Mitchell Ward. Spinning man in motion was Jenkins. And New Orleans stuffing the play for no gain. The Knight, you look at 1-4 and you think, all right, not very good. Well, that's not the case. They've been able to hang in against some people. They have a bad quarter or two, though, Tony, and then it goes downhill.
What's happened in the past, the Knight have played extremely well in the first half, but the second half they just haven't produced, and that's one of the things Coach Kayat wants to improve, their second half performance. They have a great ball club, a lot of talent, but they're just not producing in the later half of the game.
Sims making that play. Johnny out of Mississippi Valley, 6'1", 284 pounds, an all SWAC player in college. And it's 3rd down and 4, the ball on the 13. Kenny in motion. Jenkins nearly picked off by who else? Milton Barney. Went right through his hands, and Jenkins slow to get up as he had heavy pressure on that throw. But there's Barney, 5'9", 155 out of Elkhorn State, nicknamed Slick, and he lives up to it.
Oh, he played this exceptionally well. Jenkins had enough time to throw the ball. He had a little pressure. He fired the ball, but here comes Barney. And obviously, he is the nephew of Lim Barney, the great defensive back for the Detroit Lions. So that's just a natural gift for him to make a play like that. But that was an exceptional ball play.
54-yard attempt coming up here from Jim Power, who is 7 of 19 in field goals this year. Barney deep for the return off the net. Live ball now. He brings it out. Got by one wave of tacklers and then is crunched as he leans forward to the 8-yard line. Coming up to make the tackle, Jeff Hurd out of Kansas State. And Barney will stay on as Ironman football here. Here is Mickey Guidry. He is a favorite in this part out of LSU, 6'1", 190. Spent time with 3 different teams in the World League of American Football this spring. London, San Antonio, and Sacramento. And getting a starting job tonight. Here's his support group. Mark Mason, an outstanding running back, set a rushing record earlier this year. Culpepper, McIntosh, and Barney. The receivers, Hazley, Bishop, and Thompson along the line. Hazley goes as the tight end. 1st and 10, the ball at the 8-yard line for New Orleans. No score, first possession for the night with 12:07 to go in the first. Plenty of time for Guidry. He goes deep, and it is complete at the 10-yard line. Oh, mama, what a reception, and Guidry wakes him up early here.
Well, that's what you call world-class speed. Willie Culpepper makes a beautiful catch. Guidry threw the ball out. He laid the ball out exceptionally well. Here's a good look at it. Guidry drops back. He play action. He drops back. But the nice thing about this, he puts a little touch on the ball. He gives it some air, and he gives Culpepper a track start, enough time to run under it, and he makes a great catch. Outstanding concentration.
And Culpepper missed last week's game with a knee injury. He shows his knee is sound. He had great production the first couple of weeks of the season, and it's good for the New Orleans team to have him back in the lineup. 1st and 10 from the 11 after the big pickup from the night. Barney, the man in motion, and that run play stuffed out right away by Mitchell Ward, the linebacker, as Ward comes through to make the tackle out of Southwest Texas State, 5'11", 240, and another one of the fine two-way performers in this league.
Oh, he played that real well. His nickname is a Ninja Turtle, and he's probably one of the most popular guys on the Dallas Texans team. He blitzed on this play and played that great. They had a powerhouse sweep right, and he came right through there behind the blocker and made the play.
Guidry calls the shots on 2nd down and goal to go from the 14, and it is complete. Touchdown night. Barney.
Here's a look at it. Guidry drops back. They've got crossing routes, and you'll see 2 Texans fall down in your screen. You'll see Milton Barney come across the screen to make a big catch. And right before that, a couple guys fell down because they ran a pick play. Well executed, and the best thing that's happening right now, they've given Guidry an opportunity to get started off real well.
And Guidry does the job, coming on for the point after Marco Morales, and he misses on this one. Morales out of San Diego State. Yeah, those are fireworks you're seeing inside the Superdome. They're going to have, they say, the biggest fireworks show indoors ever following the game. They've got some early explosions here with Dallas trailing the Knights 6-0.
Follow America's top amateur athletes all the way to Olympic gold on Prime Network. All summer, we'll canvass the nation looking for tomorrow's superstars. Experience the intense competition as these young sportsmen challenge the world with their talent. The excitement of track and field, the grace of gymnastics, and the fervor of swimming and diving. It's all here as Olympic hopefuls compete on Prime Network.
I bought a California lottery ticket, but I don't know if I won.
Call 1-900-786-LOTTO for winning numbers of every Pick 5 and Pick 6 lottery in the U.S. and Canada.
But I don't know how much I won.
Call 1-900-786-LOTTO for every payout, every jackpot, every lottery, every day.
I played the Florida lottery, and it only cost me 88 cents to find out that I won!
Welcome back to the Superdome, where New Orleans has jumped out on top of the Texans 6-0. And there's the man that scored the touchdown, Milt Barney. Barney getting his 4th TD reception here. He leads the ball club in receiving TDs. And the kickoff comes to Dallas again. As Kenny, oh my goodness, did he hit a wall at the 10-yard line, as New Orleans is pumped up in this one. Houseman with the stop. That scoring drive, just 3 plays, 44 yards, took only 1:48, and Guidry 13 yards officially with the TD pass to Barney, and the kick was not good.
Well, Barney said that first touchdown's for his mother, who wasn't able to come to this game tonight, so I guess that's a fine welcome for Mrs. Barney.
1st and 10 with 9:40 to go, first period. Knight with a 6-0 lead over the Texans. And 1st and 10 now for Jenkins and crew for Dallas. Kenny in motion. And it is complete, and again another big hit from the night is Anthony Anderson, the newcomer from Grambling, 6'2", 215. And Eddie Kayak was bragging about him to us before the ball game. He likes this youngster.
Yeah, here you get a look at it. Alfred Jenkins drops back to hit Atron Kenny on a quick slant pattern. They were playing a zone. Anthony Anderson came up and leveled him. That's the way you're supposed to hit, folks. You put your head right between those numbers and you drive them to the ground. That was a great tackle by Anthony Anderson.
Well, and Kenny had fumbleitis, normally very sure-handed in the first meeting between the two, so he's looking to redeem himself with a big effort here tonight. It is 2nd down and 4, the ball on the 16, and Kenny in motion again behind Jenkins for the Texans. Complete near the sideline, and will be a first down at the 21. A nice reception by Kenny. He is out of Wisconsin, 5'10", 160, as Barney was covering on the play.
Well, it looks like they're testing Kenny right now. They ran the same pattern to the opposite side. They're giving Alfred Jenkins an opportunity to get his confidence along with Kenny, and those are pretty good plays considering that New Orleans are playing zone defense right now, and they're taking advantage underneath.
Jenkins is a guy, we talked about young guy. Yeah, he's young, but he's also got some experience. He's had some time with 3 NFL clubs, Washington, San Francisco, and Phoenix, a couple in the CFL in Canada, Ottawa, and Calgary. So he is certainly a guy who has been around and knows what he's doing. And on 1st and 10, going for broke, and he's got his man. It's a touchdown for Dallas. Anderson beaten on the play as Dallas answers. Sam Moore gets his 6th TD.
Oh, that was a great execution. That's what you call being a tough quarterback. Jenkins stood in that pocket very strong, and he laid that ball over. Sam Moore ran a post pattern. Jenkins put the ball on the money. As a result, 6 points. Here you take a look at it. This is how you call standing that pocket tall. He stands up there, and he just waits, and he lays it over the top. Sam Moore runs an excellent post route, puts the ball on the money. You can't miss that pass. Great execution, 6 points.
30-yard play, and to stand corrected, his Moore's 7th TD of the season. Leads the club in that category. 37 receptions on the year. The point after by Power after a little trouble on the snap, and it is good. So Dallas has come right back to take the lead on its 2nd possession as the Texans connect on a 30-yard strike from Jenkins to Moore. We'll be back for the kickoff.
In a pro football league that throws the football 70% of the time, having the best throwing football available is critical. That's why Arena Football has switched to the outstanding new Spalding Ironman football. The Spalding Ironman features an innovative new spiral balance system that counterweights the lace, assuring a perfect spiral when properly thrown. Spalding is proud to be the official football of Arena Football, the 50-yard indoor war. Throw a perfect pass with the Spalding Ironman football.
When sports cream, when arms are sore, when legs ache, when muscles hurt. Why sports cream? Massaging sports cream in brings fast pain relief. No medicine-y smell, no odor. Why sports cream? Because it works.
Athlete's Foot. Every year, over 28 million Americans get it. Try NP27. Its doctor-recommended ingredient stops burning and itching fast. NP27. Nothing's a better cure for Athlete's Foot.
Here's another look of Jenkins to Moore and 6'4" Dallas.
Yeah, Jenkins does a great job here. He play action, he fakes, he stands in tall in the pocket. He gives Moore a chance to break loose on the post route, as you see over the top. Excellent thrown pass, very good reception.
And we come back to the kickoff. Barney grabs it and is upended. Nice coverage that time by Dallas. Dallas as Barney is pinned inside his own 5-yard line. Dallas just needing 3 plays and 40 yards. 2:05 is all that was required. Jenkins' 29-yard TD pass to Moore officially. And Dallas and Drew Pearson and crew with the point after. And point afters are not gimmies in this league. Not with those goalposts just 9 feet wide and 15 feet high for the crossbar. Here's Mickey Goodry, who hit his first couple for 44 yards and a score. Let's see what he comes back with to lead the night as they trail by 1, 1st and 10 from their own 4-yard line. Out of his end zone. Got a man. It's Culpepper at midfield at the 25.
Boy.
Pick up a 21 yards.
Oh, that was a heck of a route by Culpepper. Culpepper went in motion all the way from one side to the other and then runs a crossing pattern. Here's a look at it. Culpepper just went in motion, and you'll see him come across the screen. He's going to went from one end to the other. And here he comes across the screen. There's the pass on the money. Good catch by Culpepper.
Willie Culpepper.
Well, you got to be in shape to play in this league.
Came in with 21 grabs and averaging 11.5 yards per reception. Man in motion, Cooper and Culpepper the reception, but a flag is thrown on the first down play that ended up at the 17, making the 18-yard line of Dallas.
This is what you call concentration. Culpepper runs a 4-yard hook pattern, and he falls to the ground, and he still catches the ball.
We'll check in with our official, R.G. Detillier. As he talks to Guidry, and it becomes obvious it's against Dallas.
Illegal defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That illegal defense that you see in this game. You look at Dick Nolan there right behind Drew Pearson, the former head coach here in New Orleans of the Saints. So it's a homecoming of sorts for him. And
they cheated.
Also a guy you know a little bit there.
I know a lot about both those gentlemen. When you have an illegal defense, you generally find linebackers lined up too close. They have to be within a 4-yard span of the tackle and of the drop back zone.
Aaron Mitchell was the other coach there that was to the left of Nolan. Man in motion is Barney here on a 1st down and 10 after the penalty. And it is complete inside the 10-yard line. A vicious hit, but hanging on was Jerome McIntosh, a hometowner here out of Tulane. 6 foot, 188-pounder. His 11th reception there, and Alex Morris makes the tackle for the Texans.
Here's a look at it. Guidry drops back. They're playing a real conservative game plan. The receivers are running curl patterns, a 10-yard hook. He catches the ball and takes off. McIntosh is a great defensive player also. He leads the team in tackles with 27.
1st down and goal to go from the 8-yard line for the night. And Guidry off to a great debut here in New Orleans. McIntosh on the carry, stopped at the 5-yard line. Mason with the carry, I beg your pardon. Mason out of Southern Arkansas, and what a runner he has been for.
Oh, undoubtedly. Well, also, you know, obviously New Orleans felt they can run the ball. They ran the ball real well against Dallas last time when they won. One of the key things Coach Kayak believes is that, you know, it presents another look. He's got a great running back, and he keeps their opponents off the field. That's what they want to do.
2nd down and goal from the 5. Guidry got a man, and it's another touchdown for the night. Milt Barney again.
Oh, is Barney fired up? Moms, you better pay attention to this game. Barney ran a quick out pattern. He lost Newsom on that play. He runs a quick sideline, a 3-yard route. He must have given him a hip move out this world, and breaks to the sideline. And here Guidry has all day to throw it. And you see, as you see right there, Newsom was going towards the inside, and Barney's wide open.
Morales comes off for the point after. He's 10 of 16 on the year. Makes this one to go 11 of 17. And just like that, the night back on top. We've got another seesaw battle going here on Prime Network as New Orleans gets 7 this time and leads it 13-7.
Say who we are, and you save this with your discount subscription to this Car and Driver at the lowest rate going. A 50% instant TV discount, $9.97 off the basic rate, if you grab the bargain now.
Call toll-free 1-800-962-9700. 12 issues are just $9.97, an instant TV discount of half off the basic subscription rate. To save now, call 1-800-962-9700. That's 1-800-962-9700.
Well, they're having fun here in New Orleans. ends as the Knight with a 13-7 lead over Dallas, and that's right, just 3:52 to go in the first quarter. Bill Land and Tony Hill with you as Morales kicks it off. And it goes out of the end zone, and will come back out with a touchback to the 5-yard line. So Morales does his job there on the kick, and Drew Pearson, hey, this is an offensive football game. He's got to love it.
Oh, he's got to love it to a degree. One of his major concerns talking to Coach Pearson and Coach Aaron Mitchell was their team's toughness, their lack of consistent physical toughness. They just don't have that. They don't present it on defense, and obviously they're not showing it at the present moment.
By the way, Tony will have a conversation with his old buddy Drew Pearson and former teammate. Look forward to that at halftime. Talk about some of the old days with the Dallas Cowboys. Right now, he's concerned about his Texans as they trail 13-7, 1st and 10, and the ball is complete out near the 12-yard line. Yeah, hard to see. We get blocked off here. Remember, if you're watching for the first time, the walls are in play as long as your feet are in bounds. If a ball caroms off the wall, that's a live ball as long as you catch it with your feet in bounds, either way, offensively or defensively.
Oh, that's a close one. I wonder the referee had to take a look at that at his feet over there on that play. But they called it good.
Yeah, it looked like he was obviously out of bounds, but again, he took the ball deflecting off the wall, and it's 2nd down and 4. Kenny in motion. Jenkins. Nearly sacked. Nice job by Jenkins to avoid a loss on the play. Did not get the first down. Thompson and Hazley were right in his face.
Boy, it's a good thing they had a tough rush because Sam Moore was wide open down the sideline. All Jenkins had to do was just look up. Here he is. Here's Jenkins back, getting ready to set up the throw. He sets up, and all of a sudden Houseman comes in. Look at, he pumps, and then he can't make the throw.
Makes it a 3rd and 1 situation for Alfred Jenkins out of the University of Arizona. 6'4", 215-pounder. Started this series 4 of 5 for 47 yards and has added some to that. 3rd and 1 for the 14 for Dallas. They trail by 6. First quarter about to expire. And it is intercepted by New Orleans. Anthony Anderson, the newcomer, with his first INT for the night.
There's a miscommunication on that part. Jenkins threw the ball one way and Sam Moore went the other. Definitely a communication factor. Here's a look at it. Jenkins looks left, then he throws right, and you'll see Sam Moore is wide open to the right, and he threw the ball to the inside. Very unfortunate pass for the Dallas Texans.
Well, Anderson, as Jenkins not happy with that play, Anderson got to feel redeemed as he was burned on the touchdown moments ago. And now, as you look at Atkins, the linebacker, lining up New Orleans, and see if they take advantage of a Dallas turnover that cost the Texans in the first meeting between the two. Gidry, he's perfect tonight, and it is complete again inside the 5. I don't believe it. As Culpepper is making a night of stretching out.
Well, Culpepper, you have to think the defensive back has to be the most gracious, grateful guy in the world right now because Gidry had Culpepper wide open. Here you see Gidry drops back, he sets, and he lays the ball up, but he lays it up too easy because Culpepper is wide open. Bill, you could have walked in on this pass.
Well, let's not get carried away. Gidry has thrown now 6 of 6. He's already got 2 scores, and we've got inside a minute to go in the first period as New Orleans wants more. And they take it up the middle with Mason. Mason gets a couple on the 1st and goal situation. And Mason's a guy who set an arena record for rushes and yards in week 2 versus Dallas. He had 14 carries for 79 yards in the victory over the Dallas Texans. And here's a look at the rushing leadership. Bradford out of Tampa, just a horse at 5.1 per carry and 216 on the year. Mason behind him at 155, averaging 3.9 a carry. And cramped quarters, those are excellent numbers for rushing totals in this league.
Oh, and he scored his first touchdown last game.
2nd and goal from the 2.
Oh, there's holding there.
Henry Keefe slides in for the score, but flags are everywhere, as Tony mentioned.
Foreman to be proud of these guys. They're going at it. There was clearly holding at the top of the screen between Newsome and Milton Barney. I think Milton tried to run the same route that he ran when he scored the touchdown, and Newsome wasn't going for that move. Here's a look at it. Well, here's a look at the quarterback. I don't know if we'll get a chance to look at a receiver. He drops back. He's going to Milton Barney all the way, and Barney's being held up by Anthony Newsome, and there's no way that he can make the play.
On the defense, penalty decline, touchdown. The holding call will be penalized after the kickoff.
How about that?
Yeah,
Eddie Kayette says, hey, this is
Jason Barney had Anthony Newsom right where he wanted it. Anthony Newsom got his hands caught in the cookie jar on that play, folks.
And here is Marco Morales out of San Diego State, Chula Vista, California. Played for the Denver Dynamite in '87. He was an all-league player. And with the clock running here, and you're wondering, wait a minute, they just scored, didn't they? Yeah, that's right. Clock continues to run at the end of the first period, now at the end of the second period, the end of the ball game, the fourth quarter. The clock will stop in the final minute for all scores, all penalties, drop passes, or incompletions, I should say. And
ended before the extra point kick. We'll play an untimed down on the extra point.
Thank you, RG, for the explanation. They will stay at this end for the point after, and then the kickoff, I assume we will swap ends. 19-7 night here with Morales trying to make it 20. And more flags are thrown.
Well, you have to wonder if New Orleans' performance has been enhanced by the fact that Coach Jackson is calling the plays. If you can recall, earlier in the year, Willie Totten was calling his own plays, and they were suffering somewhat on offense. Well, this week, Coach Jackson is calling the play to make it a little easier for Gitry, and he's 6 for 6, and he's performing very good.
That inadvertent flag, and no response from Coach Kayat there. He's seen it all. Says he loves arena football. His first shot at it full time this year, and says he's enjoying it. Has nothing but positive things to say about it, and finds it refreshing. And Gidry 6 of 6 for 102 yards tonight and 2 scores, and just scored another one himself. This one is good, and fireworks going off here in New Orleans as the Knight up 20-7. We'll be back with a kickoff.
Adios, amigo! Only one man is crazy enough to pull a stunt like this. Only one man is crazy enough to go after it. You pull the cord! Patrick Swayze. Now you pull it! 6 seconds! Keanu Reeves. Pull it! Point Break. Rated R.
Wet and Wild Water Sports. And you didn't even get wet.
Hi, this is Marshall Warfield on behalf of the Inglewood Police Department. In a traffic accident, you don't have to be at fault to lose your car, a life savings, or your life. Protect yourselves and your loved ones. Drive sober, buckle up, and insure against these losses.
The state legislature is about to vote on a new cable television tax. You already pay cable franchise taxes and cable copyright fees. Now the state wants yet another tax. A tax that would more than double the cable TV taxes you already pay. A 6% tax that would add almost $2 to the average cable bill with nothing to show for it. This tax is being unfairly levied against you, the cable TV customer. If you don't want it, contact your state legislators now and tell them so.
When you're pumping hard and picking and rolling, there's no time to cool down, adjust your swing, or change direction. Your body's saying, I'm durable, I'm adjustable, and I'm definitely reusable. But when your workout forces you to time out, help your body heal with the Cold Pack, the unique sports pack that works hot or cold. When you heat up, cool down, or just plain sit down, grab your Cold Pack. Yeah!
Well, you wouldn't think two guys with a 1-4 team would have that kind of solemn expression on their face with a 20-7 lead as they get ready to start the second quarter, but Mickey Gidry is just having a super night, and that's made a happy man out of Coach Ed Kayat. But he knows how quickly he can turn around. Here's the kickoff to Dallas. Kenny nearly put down for a safety. Just did get out of the end zone. It's going to be first down and 10 from the 1-yard line for Dallas, and man, things get tougher for the Texans.
Well, the special teams look real bad. They played the ball poorly off the rebound here, and it cost them great field position. And Kenny caught the ball. You got to go north and south. You can't afford to go east and west, or you're not going to get any yards in this league. Right now, Coach Pearson and crew are going to have to pick it up immensely because they're not producing on defense, and they're not getting enough rush. They've got to pick it up.
And the holding penalty that we saw at the end of the quarter, and Drew Pearson said, oh, no, my worst nightmare, no pun intended, as he takes a look, and that's half the distance to the goal, so about another 2 inches pushed back toward the goal line. Here's Alfred Jenkins. Those numbers look great, but that INT led to a New Orleans score.
Well, this is a big play for Dallas right now. They need some momentum. They need to get the ball. They're in their own territory. They need a big play right here.
And let's see what Jenkins and crew come up with. Kenny, the man in motion. They hand it off to the fullback. He gets a yard or two, just looking for a little bit of breathing room out of the end zone. And carrying the football, Jeff Atkins, the one-time SMU standout, 5'10", 215-pounder. His 6th carry of the season. He was 5 for 20 coming in. Thompson and McIntosh made the tackle. There's Atkins' numbers.
Coaches think he's a great ball player. He doesn't catch the ball very well, but he's strong as an ox, and he's super fast, and they like those qualities about Jeff Atkinson. When he played at SMU, he was an outstanding runner, had a few problems, and he's trying to get an opportunity to display himself here.
2nd and 9, the ball on the 2 for the Texans. They're down 20-7 as we start the second period, 13:45 to go in the half. Jenkins got some time, found a man, complete, short of the first down, inside the 10-yard line. Coming up with a reception is brother Jeff Jenkins out of Utah, 5'11", 180. And Thompson putting the pressure on. Anderson, the man covering on the play.
That was a great catch by Jeff Jenkins. Here you see Alfred Jenkins looks to the left. He's trying to hit Sam Moore on an out-and-up pattern, but he's not there, and he goes to his alternative receiver, which is a great job on his part. He was able to look one way and come back to his alternative receiver.
Dallas made 2 trades this last week, and one of them was to open an opportunity for Jeff Jenkins as they sent a veteran all-league receiver, Carl Akins, to Albany for lineman Jeff Neal, who's not suited up tonight. It was to open a place for Jenkins. That's how highly Coach Pearson thinks of this man. Here is Alfred Jenkins on the carry. As he did get the first down. Was that a broken play, Tony?
I don't know. It looked like one of those old Veer plays. I don't think Alfred intended to carry the ball. I think Jeff just didn't take the ball.
Bishop made the tackle. Let's look.
Well, this is the way an option's supposed to be ran if he was faking it off, and as a result, Alfred got a few yards. But speaking in terms of his brother, Jeff Jenkins, they feel extremely high. They think he's the most versatile athlete on their team in every sense of the word. The only thing that he lacks is great speed. He's their best overall athlete.
1st and 10 from the 12 after the run by Alfred Jenkins. Kenny in motion. They go to him. He tried, and he drops the football wide open. Had a couple of yards to spare. And you see McIntosh applauds the move by Kenny. And Kenny, you know he's got to be thinking after the nightmare that he had in Dallas when he fumbled 5 times, and then tonight he has dropped a couple here already.
Well, that's a complete no-no. You never run without the ball. Kenny was out there like Carl Lewis the way he's getting ready to run with that ball. You gotta catch the ball first before you think about running. That's the key to any good receiver. You catch the ball first regardless of whatever happens.
Kenny out of Wisconsin steps out here with it 2nd and 10. The ball on the 12. He's in motion now. Out of the shotgun, the bad snap. Jenkins unloads it and nearly complete inside the 20-yard line. A dangerous pass by Jenkins to his brother Jeff. He got hammered into the wall. That's one of the plays the fans enjoy most in arena football.
Boy, sometimes that's a great catch by Alfred Jenkins, but this pass is what we call a medicine ball. When you just throw the ball up there and say, here, brother, take this one. And that shot might have been a little premature by Barney. Barney wanted to let him know he was there.
Barney was there. I think Anderson, and then Fields is the one that laid into brother Alfred Jenkins on the throw.
Those are the kind of balls that put you in a hospital when you just lay them up there for grabs. Even though it was a nice attempt, you need to salvage that play and save your receiver in a situation like that.
Buddy Wyatt, the center, had the bad snap there out of TCU. This time the more conventional snap as Jenkins comes across the middle, incomplete on 3rd and 10, and they had the first down right through the hands of Sam Moore, who came in with 36 catches on the year, their top receiver.
Well, Jenkins can't do any better than that other than hand the ball off to him. He put the ball right in Sam Moore's hands, who very seldom drops any pass. As a matter of fact, he's their big ball player. They've got to have catches from him like that. If the game continues to go in the manner that is, Dallas is going to be in for a long night.
The field goal attempt from Jim Power. 54 yards for Power. We'll see what he's done tonight. 54 yards. There is no punting allowed in arena football, in case you're tuning in for the first time and wondering. Here's a return by Barney. Plenty of room. 10, 15, and out to to nearly the 20, stopped at the 19-yard line. You've got to get better kicking than that, Tony, from your kickers in this game.
Oh, most certainly, most certainly. And Jenkins just proved why he's such a versatile player and such a tremendous player for Dallas. Here he is, an offensive receiver, first one down to make this play. But on the other side of the field, we see some fine football work because these guys are going at it. That's why they call this the Iron Man League. Anything goes in this league.
Sam Moore and McIntosh mixing it up there. There's Power talking it over.
I think Sam might be a little upset after that last pass he dropped.
You see the players smiling. It's because they love the game. I mean, this sport is just pure fun to play, and that's the biggest reason they're out here is just the joy of the sport. 1st and 10 from the 19. Culpepper in motion. He's had a big night. Guidry's had a huge night. Hits Barney. Twist, and may have gotten the first down with that twist. Heads up play by Milton Barney, tackled by Alex Morris.
Yeah, Barney's out to have a good day today. Guidry's playing it really safe. He's getting an opportunity to throw the ball downfield. He's getting plenty of time. Here he is. Barney runs a quick hook route. One-on-one out there. He tries to get away from him, gives him a little spin move, and he just doesn't get away. It's good defense.
Guidry still perfect on the night. 7 of 7 now for Guidry for 112 yards. He's thrown for 2. He scored the other one. You can't ask much more for a guy getting his first start in arena football history. Mickey Guidry from nearby LSU makes his home here in New Orleans, so they're loving it here, the night fans. And just got a yard or 2, which is all he needed for the 2nd and less than 1 call. And that was Troy Fields out of Nichols State here in Louisiana, 6'1", 216, as Atkins made the tackle.
Yeah, they ran a quick slant play, get the first down. What they're also doing, they're giving the quarterback great field position. They're giving him plenty of time to throw, and that's why he's been able to be so successful. He's just having plenty of time to throw the ball.
New Orleans with a lead of 20-7, 8:19 and counting here in the first half. Bill Land and Tony Hill with you on Prime Network. The night in control with the football. McIntosh in motion slightly. Guidry, good protection. Barney at the 6. And down to the 2-yard line. Milton Barney brought down by Anthony Newsom. And New Orleans is doing basically whatever it wants.
Well, I'll tell you what, Milton Barney was sitting there for about 5 minutes before the ball was thrown. If Guidry would have threw this ball a little earlier, you'll see he's wide open. There's nobody there. All he had to do was walk in, the ball would have been thrown. There's a mix-up on the defense. There's a great hit by Newsom. But you got to stop Barney. He's out for a good day. Look at the time Guidry has. No one's even in his face. He throws a hook route. He fakes out Jeff Jenkins, and Newsom lays a hit on him. But after he's got 15 yards for a first down and a possible score.
Well, Mickey Guidry, who did a very solid job in his college days filling in for Tom Hodson and coming off the bench many times to help LSU to victory. And here he's getting a start, and what a job he's made of it. And a big hit on McIntosh on the 1st and goal call. No gain, in fact, maybe a loss on the play. Started the line of scrimmage of the 2.
Yeah, they used a little deception play here and didn't know what to do. The defense played very well. They tried to use Barney in motion and try to come back to McIntosh, and boom, he takes a few shots.
And it'll be a 2nd down and goal from the 3 for the night.
They usually like to go to Barney in this type of situation. He's their big player.
They try to get it to him any way they can. And he has run a couple of touchdowns in this year. Here's Guidry. Throws away, live ball. Now there might be a play that you would say a guy who hasn't played in arena football this year, because as a quarterback, your first thought is throw it away, get out of the end zone. Not here, Tony.
Not at all. He took a big chance on it, and it caught everybody by surprise. And you'll see Lombardi coming across the screen. He did a very good job holding it up. But Guidry's trying to throw this ball away, but everyone thinks he's throwing away, and they forget about it. They stop on the ball, and at the last moment, they make a move.
Was he throwing it away, or was he trying to throw a rebound shot to Fields?
Well, that's a good question. It didn't seem like Dallas was moving for the ball anyway.
Fields did react properly, just couldn't come up with it. 3rd and goal from the 3, and that's his first miss of the night. Fields misses on the little flare, and it'll be a decision time for Eddie Kayat, the coach of New Orleans, as Dallas, after the big play, finally comes up with the goal line stand, and no question what the night fans want with a team 1-4.
Guidry just proves that he's human. I didn't know that he can miss any passes the way he's been throwing so well. I mean, he's been throwing so well today.
Morales, 2nd in points scored as far as kickers in the league. This is a 29-yard attempt for Marco Morales. Fricky out of Denver, the leader. You see power down the line on that chart. And this one is good. So New Orleans making the most out of every opportunity. They're coming up with something every time they get the football. And the night opens the second quarter with 3, and it's 23-7 New Orleans. We'll be back.
All-American, one company with a single focus on football. All-American is able to keep in sharp focus our 3 goals: to provide the very best at reconditioning service, the best new equipment products, and to provide the services and products more affordably than anyone else. For the 3rd straight season, the All-American Max Pro 2001 helmet is being worn exclusively as the official helmet of the Arena Football League. Max Pro helmets by All-American.
Following the 19-yard field goal by Morales, New Orleans with a commanding 23-7 lead. Although maybe I should correct that. I don't know if there is such a thing as a commanding lead in the first half or even up until about the 4th quarter in this league.
Well, at this rate right now, I don't know if there's enough numerals on the scoreboard for the New Orleans Knights the way they're performing. The Dallas Texans will have to make a statement on this drive, or something's got to give for Dallas Texans.
The Texans trailed 6-0, and then Moore, a 29-yard pass from Jenkins. They took the lead on the point after, and then it's been all New Orleans. And the kick to the Texans is out of bounds with a cut and flag play on the flag thrown on the play. Take a look at the scoring drive you just watched as 7 plays, 28 yards, officially an 18-yard field goal as Morales connecting required just 4:29. And again, Eddie Kayat likes that. He's very honest. He says, our defense isn't real good, fellas.
We got a continuous action foul, blocking above the waist in the back. Half the distance is going to go from the 5-yard line. First down.
Again, the tough stuff continues for Dallas as it's against them, but it was making the point that New Orleans kind of takes the old thinking here about control the football and keep your defense off the field, even though it's the same players.
Well, that's why they've gone to the run a little bit more. I mean, it might not show today the way Gentry's performing, but they're using the run to keep their opponents off the field, and they've been doing a very good job with it. Dallas, those type of errors right there have cost them all year long. They've been plagued by inconsistency all year long.
Well, here's Jenkins, who's 6 of 11 for 60 yards, has thrown 1 and had 1 intercepted and had 3 drops tonight. Got a man just out of the reach of Jeff Jenkins' runner.
Oh, they had him there. Alfred wish he could have that one back. They ran what you call a hook and go, fans. It's when the receiver runs about 10 yards, he plants, looks at the quarterback, and takes off. And you know Alfred Jenkins would like to have this ball. Jenkins runs a curl around, takes off. He sees he's got the defensive back beat, and oh, can I have that one back, folks? Please. You don't get many opportunities like that.
Alfred Jenkins. After the trade of Ben Bennett, never seen so much controversy about a guy who didn't play all year as there was with Bennett, who played such a big part in Dallas' drive to the Arena Bowl last year. 2nd down and 10. The call goes up the middle of the ground to Mitchell Ward out of Southwest Texas State. He puts it out to about the 8-yard line.
Oh, Frank Denard just made a heck of a block. He just put somebody right on his back. And Denard's got a whole story about him. He loves to eat. He's a guy who loves to eat. Last week we talked about this guy had 10 pizzas. He ordered 10 pizzas one day and ordered 6 for himself and 4 for his teammates. He needs to eat a few of these New Orleans Knights for the Dallas to move the ball again.
Of Dallas with 71 total yards of offense to New Orleans 125 right now. 3:30 to go in the half. And it is completed in a leveling blow. What a tackle that time by Jack Phillips as he laid it on Kenny out of the backfield.
Yeah, they're playing a zone. Matter of fact, New Orleans is doing a very good job of disguising. Antron runs a sideline pattern. You'll see Phillips come from the sideline, just level him and with a great hit. Coming from a zone position, at the cornerback position, rather. In a zone.
And a 1st down and 10. And, boy, every possession at this point critical for Dallas just to get some confidence back, because New Orleans, this is probably the one team the night feels going in that, hey, they're the better ball club. They played a very good game in beating Dallas the first go-round. Jenkins. Misconnection there, intended for Moore, was the closest Dallas man to the ball. Anderson back covering on the play.
Well, I tell you what, Jenkins had more wide open come across the middle. What they're doing is running an old play that Drew Pierce and I ran when we were playing with the Cowboys called a 16 route. The inside guy clears out as a wide receiver from the outside comes across the middle. They had him wide open. Jenkins has got to put that one on the money.
You see the benches here in arena football, much like hockey, where they're almost side by side. Eddie Kayak prefers to stay behind those boards. Meanwhile, Drew Pearson stays out in front of them. Jenkins, 2nd and 10 for the 15, and it is picked off and then dropped by Anderson and recovered by Dallas, and that play will stand. I think Moore recovered it after Anderson intercepted it.
Well, they're going to break on that one. Anthony Anderson made a great interception. The ball's thrown a little behind. Now, Jenkins is a very good quarterback, very capable quarterback, but he's trying to throw it back across the grain. And here you see Anderson step right in front of Moore and makes the play. And then he loses the ball, and Moore makes a heads-up play. And that's what you talk about, going to get the ball. And he went in there and made that play himself. And he may have hurt himself on that play.
Jenkins, his 2nd interception, both of them by Anderson, I believe, and that brings Moore out of the ball game. But heads-up play by Sam Moore to stay with the play, even though he didn't come up with the football originally.
Boy, that's a big player to miss right there. Your #1 receiver right there hurt. And the quarterback struggling a little bit.
And with Akins, their veteran, having been traded this week. Jenkins comes back to Kenny, incomplete. Hugging him in the end zone was Milton Barney.
Oh, that was a great play by Barney. Kenny ran a corner pattern. Jenkins put the ball on the money. Kenny might have to make this kind of play, but Barney played a great job on defense. Don't take anything from him. He's right there, but the ball is running outstretch of his hands, and Barney's right there stride for stride.
Take a look at Sam Moore out of Sam Houston. Came in leading him in receiving, in yardage, as well as in catches, and got his 7th touchdown reception of the year earlier tonight on a 29-yarder. There you see him, tops in the league, and out right now with an injury. We'll come back and find out if he'll return. Stay with us. New Orleans leads it 23-7. 1 minute to go in the half.
Confessions, fantasies, and private dreams. Now you can try them free. Free. Women's Confessions. Learn the private secrets women hide. Dial 1-900-230-FREE. Try it free. Discover fantasies of romance and love. Dial 1-900-386-FREE. Try it free. Take a peek inside their private dreams. Dial 1-900-847-FREE and try it free. Try them now. Try them all for free. Confessions, fantasies, and private dreams. America's most revealing $15 confession lines with the first minute free. Adults only.
Hello, this is Milt Wirtz in the lab. Research indicates that we Americans create garbage at an alarming rate. To alleviate disaster, I have come up with a solution. Worms, garbage-eating worms. This subspecies can go through a pound of garbage in no time, and I've got bigger ones out back.
There's an easier way to save the world. Recycle. For your free recycling action guide, write Recycle. Environmental Defense Fund, 257 Park Avenue South, New York, New York.
New Orleans with a 23-7 lead here. Just 1 minute to go in the half. Back in the lineup. And last week, didn't we see a player leave with an injury and they said he couldn't return for 5 minutes, Tony?
Yeah, but that's because he had been substituted already. If you're substituted for, you cannot come back in.
Glad you cleared that up. A little bit difficult to stay with the rules sometimes this game. It is fast moving. 2nd and 10 from the 21. Jenkins finds his man. Brother Jeff stretches across the 15 down to about the 13.5-yard line, and the clock is moving now.
That's what you call a shoestring tackle. I think that's all Milton Barney had of Mr. Kennedy.
And Jenkins quickly under the gun on 3rd down. Doesn't see a man behind him, does he? Threw it away in the end zone looking for Kenny. Moore was well covered on the near sideline. Flag on the play. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with more from here at the Superdome in New Orleans, where the Knight leads Dallas 23-7.
Hit the beach this summer with Prime Network for men's pro beach volleyball. excitement of the Men's Pro Beach Volleyball Tour. Experience it all summer on Prime Network. Available on most Prime Network affiliates.
All right, we're back. Here's our situation. 32 seconds to go in the quarter. New Orleans with a 23-7 lead. They have scored on just about every possession as they scored in their first 4. And now Dallas trying to get something here in the final seconds of the half. They have a first down and the, about the 8.5-yard line, first and goal.
Yeah, I had a chance to talk with Anthony Anderson for the New Orleans Knights, and before the game, he asked me what was the record for interceptions, and I told him it was 3 for a game, and he said he was going to get 4 tonight. So I don't want to put a jinx on him, but he already has 2 for tonight.
One he held on to, the other he fumbled back. So,
well, he's trying to get 3 in a quick way.
That's right. Nobody's perfect. Following the penalty, first and goal from the 8.5. And dropped in the end zone again. Kenny cannot find the handle.
Well, it's just a lack of concentration on Kenny's part right there. You know, you hit him in a bad spot, the numbers. You just don't drop balls like that. Touchdowns, you don't get opportunities very often. They're running crossing routes. Here you see Jenkins drop by. You see his younger brother Jeff come across the street. Then you see Kenny coming all the way across, and he just missed the ball. He didn't concentrate. He's a good ball player. The coaches they enjoyed watching him first time they seen him, and he was a performer, but he's just not performing tonight.
Kenny's the guy they were trying to hit in the final moments of the first meeting between these two when Barney came up with the interception, and so he's just been really dogged by this New Orleans team all year. Second down, goal from the 8, and overthrown again, intended for Kenny with Barney on him. Clock stops in the final minute here. 21 seconds to go in the half.
I don't know. Dallas must feel they have something on Barney because they're going right at him, and Barney is right there on every play. He's almost wearing Kenny's jersey right now.
You think they're just trying to wear him out, Tony, and maybe it doesn't pay off now, but it does later in the ball game because he's such a critical performer for them?
Well, he's the only guy that goes both ways, especially teams. I mean, Coach Kayak thinks this guy's he's a great joy to play. He thinks this guy can play in the NFL undoubtedly because the coaches just enjoy watching him perform. He gives it 100%, all the time, and I'm sure he does it on the field. And I guess, that would be a great reason to go at him, but, this guy's a player.
And Kayak gets his troops with a timeout called. Hey, don't forget, if you like the excitement of arena football, we've got 2 exciting teams next week, Albany and Orlando. They play back-to-back, and anytime you play back-to-back in any sport, usually a little bad blood develops. They're playing this week up in Albany, next week in Orlando. We'll have it for you here on Prime Network, the Firebirds and the Predators, and what a show they put on down at Orlando Arena. Hope you join us live 7:30 Eastern Time. Check your local listings for the exact time in your part of the country as Prime Network brings you arena football, Albany and Orlando. Jenkins visiting with his man, Drew Pearson, right now as he came into this game 3rd in the league in passing with 881 yards. Art Schleister of Detroit, look at those numbers for Schleister with 18 touchdown passes. Clearly the leader in that category, leading in yards, and also a guy who I guess was it last week, he spent some time on crutches, still came back and brought him through to a victory.
He did a good job. He's a very good ball player. Right now, this is a big play for Dallas. Dallas needs to get something going. They've been big trouble. Their execution has been very terrible. Very bad at the present moment. They must pick it up. Coach Pearson can't be happy with the way things are going.
Not the way I'm sure that Drew had drawn it up when he made the deals this week that sent Ben Bennett and Carl Akins on their way, and they did acquire lineman Arnold Campbell, who's in uniform and playing tonight out of Alcorn State. He considers him a key performer to show up, help on the line. 3rd goal from the 8. And it is complete. It is a touchdown for the Texans, and what a reception by Sam Moore on the play.
Now that's what you call a big play. That's why he's a big play receiver. That's how you concentrate. You keep your eye on the ball.
Take a look at the replay here.
Jenkins shows a lot of class by staying in the pocket right here. He stands in there tall. He has to wait for a receiver to get open, and then he lets the ball go. Great concentration on his part, and an excellent catch by Moore. Here's another look at it. Here you see the rush over here, a very strong rush. He blitzes, he stands in the pocket, stands tall in the pocket, lets the ball go. Great catch by Moore.
Power for the point after. And this one is good. So he put it all the way over the nets, but put it through the uprights. And Dallas comes back with a big touchdown with just 14 seconds to go in the half. And Moore, who was the Iron Man last week in the league, gets his second reception of the night, for a second TD reception, I should say. And Dallas makes it a 23-14 game.
Yeah, undoubtedly. That was a big play for Dallas. Dallas had to have a score, not necessarily 3 points. They needed 7. And obviously they went to their big play man, their Iron Man, Sam Moore. You know, Sam Moore was voted the team Iron Man because he's symbolic of his of an individual who plays both ways, and that's why we have the award, the Iron Man. These guys, they exemplify themselves on the field offensively and defensively, and this guy's an exceptional ball player. And we have another one on New Orleans in Milton Barney.
Well, there's a look at Sam Moore, who got racked up a little bit earlier, came back, scores a big touchdown for the Texans. The scoring drive, 5 plays, 21 yards, required 1 minute, 31 seconds. And Jenkins, the 8-yard TD pass. Jenkins, now on the year, has thrown for 15 touchdowns, has had 7 interceptions on the season. And there's Milton Barney. He's had a big night himself for the New Orleans Knights in this first half as they lead at 23-14. He has scored a pair of touchdowns in the receiving end. The return, Barney is brought down at the 11-yard line. Tackle on the play by Jeff Hurd out of Kansas State. And again, players get into a little bit on the sideline with just 11 seconds remaining. Don't go away yet, right, Tony? Not with a short field.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a big play by Hurd. Hurd was the only guy out there. They had Jenkins hemmed up against the wall, and Barney was trying to get to that area. I mean, a Mack truck could have went through there if Hurd would have missed that play.
And with the Nets being live, there's been a couple of touchdowns that have been scored this year in late situations where balls have come off the net and been recovered by the kicking team. So stay with us here. 1st and 10 for Guidry and crew. What a half he's had. Up the middle, that's Barney, and he takes it down inside Dallas territory at about the 24. And Mickey Guidry again threads the needle. Jenkins was covering on the play.
Well, that's a great play by Guidry. I mean, he made this play all by himself, folks. Here you see, he steps back in the pocket. He gets a little pressure from the inside. He breaks outside. He gives Milton Barney time to get open, puts the ball on the money. 1st down, they got field position. And this is going to be a big play. What do? Do you kick a field goal, or do you throw it in the net and let Culpepper or Barney make the play for you?
Well, with 4 seconds to go, you got to figure this is it. And New Orleans coach Eddie Kayat, there he is, calls the timeout. Harold Jackson to the far left there. Brian Gardner, his other assistant, in the middle. And quite a combination here. Gardner's got the real experience in Arena Football League. Harold Jackson, of course, one of the all-time greats in the National Football League as a receiver. And Eddie Kayat's been around forever and really a fun and interesting guy to be around.
Oh, he really is. He's an enjoyable person. I think he's got to be very pleased with the way his ball club is performing. Coach Jackson's got to feel very good because the offense is moving the ball, and they've been somewhat salient in the way that they were performing, and now they're making some moves. And Marco Morales can kick the ball. Obviously, he's number 2 in the league in punt and kickoffs, and he's a great kicker.
This one will be a 40-yarder. His longest of the year was a 45-yarder last week at Detroit. So let's see how he comes here. Jazz hit a 41-yarder against Denver earlier this year, so he's capable. Morales from 40 on the field goal attempt for the final play here of the half. Remember, off the nets, it's live. And he misses. It is touched by New Orleans, and that is a penalty. You must allow the receiving team the opportunity to catch the football, and
you must give them 5 yards when the ball comes off the net. It has to give them 5 yards for the opposing team to receive the ball. Otherwise, it's a penalty. But that ball is good if it allowed them 5 yards before someone touched the ball. And there's a possibility that New Orleans had an opportunity to return that ball, so you have to be very aware of what's going on.
You know, a lot of times you think the half can enter the defensive penalty. I think in this case, it will.
We got interference on the kicking team with the 5-yard halo belt. It'll be Dallas's ball, 1st down after 3-yard penalty, 1 untimed down.
Okay, there's the rule. They do get a chance. Otherwise, you reward the kicking team in that case. If you have them kick it over with a penalty, they get another shot at scoring. In this case, they give Dallas 1 play with no time on the clock before the end of the half.
Correct. You can never end the game on a penalty, either half or the game.
50-yard field. They've got to go 41 yards on this final play to score.
Boy, this has been a 50-yard indoor war because they've been going up and down this field so fast, folks. It's unbelievable.
23-14 New Orleans. Dallas with one hope here to end the half. And Jenkins. Thrown in the backfield, and
there's a souvenir.
The ball goes into the stands, and yeah, you keep it. If that penalty is on New Orleans, though, we'll have another play.
And the fans will probably hope for that same play for another souvenir.
All right, that is the end of the half. We'll take a look at it again. And the best part of this one are the fans, and they come in with Iron Man thinking as they go for it here. Watch them in the stands. You get to keep the football in this league when it comes out of bounds.
Let's get that guy's number. Take a look at this guy. This is the way you got to go after the ball. We want this kind of excitement, folks. Here's a guy stretched out, but he can't hold on to it.
It's live off the wall.
We can't use him.
Look at that. And the tackle is made.
That's the intensity we want.
All right, stay with us, folks. We're going to have some fun. Tony will talk to Drew Pearson at the half. We'll be back with more. It's 23-14 New Orleans.
There's a
Arena football, the war on the floor. Welcome back to the Louisiana Superdome in New Orleans. Our score here at halftime, the New Orleans Knight trying to knock off the Texans again of Dallas. It's 23-14 New Orleans. We may mention the fact that Sam Moore of Dallas had an outstanding game last week against Columbus, and he was recognized as one of the outstanding athletes from this past week. The Little Caesars' most valuable player from Week 5 in Arena football is Fred Gales of the Albany Firebirds. In a game in which there was a total of 110 points scored, Gales made his presence felt. He caught 7 passes for 105 yards and 3 TDs for an average of 15 yards per reception. Gales also returned 7 kickoffs for 159 yards, averaging almost 23 yards per return. Unfortunately for the Firebirds, they came out on the short end, falling to Tampa Bay 57-53. The Ironman Award went to Sam Moore of the Dallas Texans. In the Texans' 38-26 victory over Columbus, Moore caught 5 passes for 75 yards and 3 touchdowns. He also had a 51-yard missed field goal return. Gave him 126 yards in total offense while recording 2 tackles, 3 assists, and 1 sack on defense. For his performance on both sides of the ball, Sam Moore was voted the Iron Man of the Week. And a gutsy performance by Moore so far in this week's ball game here, as he has caught 2 touchdown passes that has kept Dallas in the ball game, the last one coming with just 14 seconds in the half. Our score 23-14 New Orleans. We come back. Tony Hill visits with his old teammate Drew Pearson here on Arena Football on Prime Network.
Caesar's Cheeser. Not 1, but 2 pizzas loaded with cheese and up to 5 toppings for $8.98.
Cheeser. When sports cream, when arms are sore, when legs ache, when muscles hurt. Why Sports Cream? Massaging Sports Cream In brings fast pain relief. No medicine-y smell, no odor. Why Sports Cream? Because it works.
Athlete's foot. Every year, over 28 million Americans get it. Try NP27. Its doctor-recommended ingredient stops burning and itching fast. NP27. Nothing's a better cure for athlete's foot.
Follow America's top amateur athletes all the way to Olympic gold on Prime Network. All summer, we'll canvass the nation looking for tomorrow's superstars. Experience the intense competition as these young sportsmen challenge the world with their talent. The excitement of track and field, the grace of gymnastics, and the fervor of swimming and diving. It's all here as Olympic hopefuls compete on Prime Network.
There are 4 absolutes that'll help you get the most out of your ability as a pitcher. Balance, direction, weight transfer, and deception. Each one of these 4 absolutes are discussed in length in a 1-hour video called Pitching Absolutes by me, Tom House. And here's how to order it.
Call 1-800-937-3366. Tom House, Pitching Absolutes.
Welcome back to halftime. My name is Tony Hill, and I have the pleasure of interviewing or talking to one of my former colleagues and now coach of the Dallas Texans, Mr. Drew Pearson. Drew, everyone knows that you're a great ball player. You're the type of player that played his guts out before every game. But I had the opportunity of witnessing him spilling his guts before every game, and I wonder, do you feel the same way before every game now?
No, Tony, I'm a little more reserved, a little older. I eat less, so I don't have that problem. But you guys in the locker room knew when I was going through that, I was ready to play, right?
That's right. That's right. We did know that. I had the pleasure of experiencing every game before each game. But one of the things that really concerns me, I never envisioned you as the Tom Landry mode. Now, I see you strut up and down, and the only thing that you're missing is your hat. Now, how do you conceive yourself as a coach now?
Well, Tony, I'm just trying to learn how to be a coach and learn game by game. And a lot of things I learned from Coach Landry or observed from Coach Landry, I kind of implement into our football team and our system. And I start to sound like him every once in a while. Some of the things that he used to say to us that we couldn't believe he was saying, you know, now I hear myself saying those same things. So it's part of it, but he's been the biggest influence on me as a professional athlete. And so I take that knowledge and try to incorporate that into my football team.
Well, I remember when Drew and I used to play, and we caught a lot of passes together, and obviously have another great receiver by Harold Jackson here, but we were always offensive-minded. We always believed there wasn't enough balls for us. Drew, how are you implementing a passing attack in this particular league?
Well, Tony, I just want to get the ball to my outside receivers, whether it's short passes, intermediate passes, or deep passes. We're last in the league as far as running the football, and that shouldn't be a surprise to you because we used to hate it when Dorsett would take all the handoffs and we'd be open all the time. They wouldn't throw the football to us. But I think in this league you have to throw the football to be successful, and why beat your head against the wall if you can get 5 quick yards or easy yards on a quick hitch pass as opposed to running a sweep and maybe getting 2 or 3 yards. So my philosophy is to take what the defense gives us and try to eat up first downs as we get into the end zone.
Drew, I remember one time we had a great locker room or great summer vacation. We came in from working out one day. We're trying to catch passes, and you had a couple drinks that time. Do you ever remember that practice, and do you remember very much about that?
No, Tony, that was just an unusual circumstance, and you know, once in a lifetime.
Once in a lifetime. Well, I tell you what, we've got a great person, right? A great coach here and a great player, and it's a pleasure to have Drew Pearson on our show this afternoon. And we'll be back with more halftime in a moment.
Welcome back to the Superdome in New Orleans. Bill Land and Tony Hill with you. A wild first. And they said, hey, we need to play these guys every week. I don't know what it is, but New Orleans looks like world beaters.
Well, I tell you what, New Orleans is playing very good today, and this is exactly what Coach Kayak wants. And this is exactly what Coach Kayak wants, especially for Guidry. He comes in, he performs extremely well. We knew he had the talent, but now he's showing what he can do.
We'll take a look at some of the highlights. It has been the Guidry and Barney show for New Orleans. Here's a look at this evening, and Guidry just came out on fire, hit his first.
Yeah, they ran a great pass. Here's Guidry dropping back. Just sets up. He fakes the pass where he tries to hit Barney in the corner, and he just runs it in for himself. He's having a great evening, folks.
So Guidry, a big reception from Jenkins.
Well, this might be the biggest play of the night. Right here, looks like Dallas is getting ready to get blown out the game. And Moore makes a great play, and Jenkins allows that play to be possible because he stood in the pocket very strong.
Here's New Orleans, a team that had a great rushing night in the first meeting. Tonight they're doing it through the air with 144 yards passing and just 6 yards rushing.
Well, last week I guess Dallas is stopping the run this week, but they're definitely not stopping the pass. Right now, Guidry's been able to do whatever he wants, and Dallas must stop that if they want to win the game.
Dallas has been hurt by the turnover. One of the interceptions helped lead to a New Orleans touchdown. Well, the second half in a moment. The Texans in the night, and it's New Orleans 23-14. Arena football. Iron Man football here. The 50-yard indoor war. The Dallas Texans and the New Orleans Knight. Second half getting ready to get underway as it's New Orleans with a 23-14 lead. And Alfred Jenkins and crew will come back and see what they can do with things, as we'll find out just how important that touchdown was in the final moments of the first half for the Texans, with Jenkins throwing to Moore for 8 yards. And Jenkins really had a chance to air it out in the first half, Tony. A lot of responsibility put on his shoulders. Even though Bennett did not play, there was always the knowledge that he could come in and was a proven performer, and now it is certainly this man's show.
Well, you gotta think that you gotta understand or believe that he's feeling that also. The fact that Bennett is gone now, the responsibilities are totally his, and everybody's looking after him. But he's done a very good job. The only thing, one of the problems that he's had is the receivers have dropped about 3 or 4 passes, and you can't win games when your receivers are dropping passes when they're wide open.
Jenkins and Guidry, what a job he has done to come in here. See one of the injured night players who is not able to play this evening. There are some injuries in this ball game. I tell you what, it is not a game for pansies. You want to come out here, you will get hit. And the other side of it is you get the chance to throw it back the other way with Ironman football here in New Orleans. And the crowd here tonight, not sure what they were expecting. It holds 15 here at the Superdome in Louisiana for arena football. They have had 8,800 one game, 7,400 another game. And the kickoff on a short one to Culpepper at the 10, the 20, and across midfield. Well, Power cannot be happy with that, as Jim Power hit a low line drive that Culpepper, who is capable of taking them all the way, just about did. If he breaks through that line, he's gone for 6.
Oh, that's a terrible kick. A terrible kick. That gives New Orleans an excellent field position. You can't afford to have that. Those kind of turnovers, those kind of mistakes are detrimental to a ball club. Coach Mitchell said he wanted to work on their specialty teams. He thought the team was coming along in that area, and here in this game they show up playing terribly in the specialty department.
What a night for Guidry. What a way to start in arena football. His first start of the year in place of Willie Totten, who hadn't played poorly, just the team wasn't winning, according to Eddie Kayat. He had to do something to jumpstart. And on 1st and 10, it is complete to McIntosh, and he is slammed into the wall as the crowd oohs and ahs. Morris made the hit.
That's why they call this intense, condensed football, because, folks, there's very little place to hide on this field. And here you see a great hit over here, and whoa! And that sideline just can kill you. It can be a friend at one moment, and it can be your worst enemy at another moment.
So McIntosh, on the first down play, picks up 8 yards on the reception.
Alex Morris with that hit.
So it's a 2nd down and 2 from the 15 as they taken back to the 23-yard line of Dallas. McIntosh in motion, and it is intended for Culpepper. Up there with him was Jeff Jenkins, though, and they have a few words.
Oh, they're going at it. Jeff got a break on that. He was playing great defense, but Willie Culpepper picked up the ball and was able to almost make the play. Guidry did a good job by getting rid of this ball. He just lays it up, gives the receiver a chance to play, and here's Hurd. Hurd is a big player for their team. He's always been a hustler on their ball club. But here's the change. See, Culpepper tries to throw away Jenkins to make the play, and just didn't have enough time to shed Jenkins on that play.
Mickey Guidry out of LSU, 24 years old, and so far leading the night here this evening to a 9-point spread, 23-14 over the Dallas Texans. McIntosh in motion, keep it on the ground to Mason, and he gets nothing.
Yeah, Denard said, I want some of this Mason to eat. I'm tired of eating pizza.
Well, I don't think he gets tired of eating anything at his size. Only 320 pounds, Frank Denard of Arkansas State, tackles another Arkansas guy, as Mark Mason played his college football at Southern Arkansas.
Well, I'm sure Coach Pearson enjoys the fact that he's eating something other than pizza right now, and happens to be New Orleans defensive running back.
Well, you know in Dallas that he is always referred to as Little Nate, referring to Nate Newton, who's turned into a fine lineman for the Dallas Cowboys. Here comes the field goal attempt from Morales, as he is just a couple yards shy of midfield, makes it a 31-yard attempt for Marco Morales. And it's good. So New Orleans continues with the heat on, and the night tacks on 3 more on its opening possession to make it 26-14. Kickoff coming up in just a moment.
Great legs.
Thank you.
How do you get them?
I used to do aerobics till I dropped. Then I found Thigh Master. Every single time you squeeze Thigh Master, you strengthen and tone right where you need it. So it's easy to squeeze your way to shapely hips and thighs. I thought I'd never fit into these jeans again. Thank you, Thigh Master.
I recommend it and use it.
The secret to shapely thighs is exercising these muscles with just the right resistance. This balance resistance coil is designed to give you results quickly and comfortably. Want to tone your upper chest and arms? Thigh Master will give you excellent results. Thigh Master. We may not have been born with great legs, but now we can look like we were.
To order your Thigh Master, call 1-800-437-2200. Have your credit card ready or send check or money order for $19.95 plus $4.50 for shipping and handling to this address. And if you're not fully satisfied, return it in 30 days for your money back. Plus, if you call right now, we'll also send you Suzanne's Slender for Life plan absolutely free. Thigh Master is not available in stores, so act right now.
Well, New Orleans shows Dallas right away that the night not about to quit here in the second half and tacks on 3 more in the 31-yard field goal from Morales to make it 26-14, and Jenkins to receive the kickoff. Dallas, some room to roam. The 10, the 15. Jeff Jenkins at 20 could go, and he stumbles, but not until he crosses the 25-yard line, and the market at the 21 of New Orleans. Jenkins just a hair from going all the way.
Boy, Morales earned his pay on that play, even though he's made some fine kicks here. Jenkins has got a wonderful hole. He comes out full speed, he hits the hole, and you see Morales comes right by the leg and trips him up. A great play by Morales, great run by Jenkins.
And Dallas back in action. Jeff Jenkins.
Great field position. They needed that.
There's Alfred's first half numbers. 2 TDs, 2 intercepted. All 1 they got back after the fumble by Anderson. Here is Ward. He goes across the 15-yard line. Mitchell Ward, and on that move you can see why he's got the nickname of Ninja Turtle, as he literally walked on some folks before Anthony Anderson.
He gave him that ninja high step. You don't jump that high when you're a Ninja Turtle. Ward might have been a couple inches taller. He might have been able to jump over everyone. He did a great job. He's a power runner. The coaches like his intensity. He's an aggressive player. He's full speed, balls out player.
And it's 11:09 to go here in the third quarter. Second down, 3 to go. The ball on the 12-yard line. Ward in trouble. Wanted to pitch it back, and now he does hand it off, and a fumble by Hurd. It's New Orleans football. Oh, mama, hold on. And that's what Dallas is thinking as Hazley comes up with the fumble recovery. Big, big play for the night.
Boy, Hurd, you can hold on to that ball. That's a terrible play by Ward's part. You never, when you're in desperation, you hold on to the ball, take the loss, and make the play. Here he is. You see Ward reverse field, and he's got several guys holding him. He needs to just leave the ball alone, and he throws it to Hurd, who's an offensive lineman or defensive tackle. They're not used to carrying the ball, and as a result, he fumbled the ball.
Well, and Hurd's first thought was, hey, thanks, I'm headed to the races, where his first thought should have been just hold on, and anything you get out of that is a bonus. And now they're discussing the play. I didn't see any flags. Well, there's a flag, and might be talking about the possibility of a forward lateral.
I think so, quite certainly.
You understand arena football, though this is the 5th year for the league, there's less of this type of activity there's been in previous years, but still some problems.
Well, here's a look at it right here.
We have a flag on the play. Dallas throwing the ball forward, touching an ineligible receiver. The pass, the down is ruled incomplete pass. It's a loss of down because it was an ineligible player. Third down.
All right, so you can throw that shovel pass, but it's an illegal receiver is the call on the play. And in New Orleans situation, you don't have a choice here. Eddie Kayad doesn't like it, but you don't have a choice of saying, well, forget the penalty, we'll take the ball. That's not the case.
Yes.
So, incomplete pass, and boy, what a break for the Dallas Texans here, as the turnover bugaboo got them in Dallas the first time when they had 5 fumbles, lost 3 of them. An interception at the end of the game prevented Dallas from coming away with a victory, and they're turning it over here tonight, and this time they get one back, and this is much like the interception that they had that Anderson coughed back up to him on a fumble. So Dallas getting a chance for some new life here.
Well, it's a big break for him.
Third down and short, and it is complete, and is it a score? As Jenkins, very close, did not get in the end zone.
It looks like his knees hit the ground before he scored. Is it Jenkins to Jenkins? And they wanted me to tell their mother hello on that first touchdown. And moms, I don't think they can get any closer.
Take a look here.
Jenkins uses great concentration to hold on to that ball. You see the knee, his right knee goes down before he goes in the end zone. Here's a look at it right here. Watch that right knee. There it is. and then he goes down. He tries to stretch out, and also the ball didn't cross the goal line either.
Yeah, excellent call by the officials. There is no replay action here in arena football. Thank you very much. First down and goal, and Dallas goes in for the touchdown, so the Texans take advantage of that break, and Jenkins gets the score himself. Alfred Jenkins on the run, his 4th TD of the year, and Dallas is right back in the thick of things, 26-20.
Well, I guess they just kept that one in the family. One Jenkins can't do it, the other one will. Alfred just goes right off tackle over here in the end zone for himself. Oh, there's a legendary Harvey Martin on the sideline over there, looks like. Oh, Harvey Martin and I played a few years together. Outstanding defensive lineman, one of the best in the business, and all-pro. Maybe trying to give him a little inspiration on that sideline.
Power for the point after, and this one is good. So Dallas makes it 26-21. And stay with us. We got another dandy here on Prime Network. New Orleans up by 5.
Wet and Wild Water Sports. And you didn't even get wet.
I bought a California lottery ticket, but I don't know if I won.
Call 1-900-786-LOTTO for winning numbers of every Pick 5 and Pick 6 lottery in the U.S. and Canada.
But I don't know how much I won.
Call 1-900-786-LOTTO for every payout, every jackpot, every lottery, every day.
I played the Florida lottery, and it only cost me 88 cents to find out that I won!
Nobody's going to check that guy's press pass, are they, Tony?
Boy, he looks like he's ready to play right now. I never seen him look so mean except for the time I fumbled a punt on the 1-yard line in the Super Bowl. Then he was trying to show me how to catch passes.
Harvey Martin, former Dallas Cowboy. Tony Hill, former Cowboy, my partner up here this evening. I'm Bill Lang. Glad to have you with us. We've got quite a matchup here, Dallas and New Orleans, and New Orleans' lead has been trimmed to a nickel, 26-21. Here's Martin. And nearly stripped to the football inside the 10-yard line. Good coverage that time by the Dallas Texans, and New Orleans will have it 1st and 10 from their own 8-yard line. The Dallas scoring drive tonight in the last play. Jenkins, the touchdown run. It's a 1-yard run after the pass play down there, and Jenkins carrying it himself, 4 plays at 21 yards. And Guidry gets a round of applause. He comes to the huddle. His counterpart, Jenkins, is 10 of 22 for 93 yards this evening.
But we're having a game like last time these two teams met. To the last, to the wire the game went to, and it looks like we're getting ready to see the same thing.
Fans are getting into it here at the Superdome. 1st and 10 from the 8. And the ball just a bit underthrown, intended for Willie Culpepper.
They're picking it up out there, folks. The fans are getting pumped up. The players are getting pumped up. And this game's getting exciting right now. The fans are starting to enjoy it. They want a little action out there.
Well, I think they're young. We want the ball at one point.
Oh, this young man just grabbed the ball. A little young kid just went out there and got him the ball. He's feeling fantastic, and the fans are applauding him for making that catch.
And the Hooters girls approve as well.
I'm sure they do.
Okay, 2nd down and 10 from the 8-yard line. Big series for New Orleans with Dallas getting some momentum. Guidry out of the reach of Culpepper. So Guidry, who hit his first 8 tonight, not quite as hot here to start the second half. Newsom was covering on the play.
They got away from Guidry, I think. Milton Barney ran about a 10-yard sideline pattern. He ran a very good route. He pushed the defensive back off him. He broke to the sideline, and he was wide open. He just missed the pass.
There's a good camera angle there. You could see Harold Jackson, the one-time NFL great receiver, who was signaling the plays. And Tony mentioned earlier that the intention this year was for the New Orleans quarterback, then Willie Totten, to call his own plays. But in the last week or two, they have changed things here, and particularly with the new starter in Guidry. He has the plays attached to his wrist, but they're called from the sidelines. From Jackson, he has the option to call the audible at the line. 3rd and 10 from the 8. And they got the first down, I believe. A flag thrown. Maybe a little short. Culpepper, the receiver on the play. Let's see where they mark it. The spot is very important here.
Maybe some illegal roughness right now also. Oh, Dallas appears to be a little concerned.
Offensive pass interference, 5-yard penalty, loss of down number 4.
Offensive pass interference, and if this crowd wasn't irate at the previous ruling, they certainly are now.
Well, here's a look at it. Barney runs a curl pattern. Obviously, he must have pushed off to get some freedom there. Then again, you see the guy right in front of us, Frank Harris. Looks like they were going at it on the field, and that might have been offensive pass interference.
As a result now, you take a look at the scoring leaders here. Boy, George LaFrance having a fantastic year for Detroit with those 11 touchdowns. Morales kicking out of his own end zone. So a 60, take a guess, about a 61-yarder here. 8-yard end zones in Arena League football. This one way short, and Jenkins an opportunity to return. 5, 10, got a nice block. 20, could go with one more. The 20-yard line of New Orleans. Jenkins a little upset. He should be, Tony. I think he should have scored.
Well, I'll tell you what, that guy made a big play, but he had a sideline. He had Sam Moore sitting over there ready to deliver that knockout blow, and all he had to do was get out there. Here's a look at it from the end zone. You see Jeff Jenkins make some excellent moves over here. You can't take anything from him. He made a great move, and he'll break to the right. And Sam Moore sitting right into the outside. And he had an opportunity to go outside or inside. He elected to go inside. You can't mark the effort. He had a great effort, and he's trying to make the play. And he has been the reason they have improved on their specialty teams, obviously by his work habits.
Yeah, Jeff Sims got him with an unusual move there, so give him some credit on the play. On the pitch out on 1st and 10, Jeff Atkins. Maybe a loss of a yard or so on the play, as Anthony Anderson was there to bring him down, and Troy Fields also on the play. Anderson's had a pretty good night for a first game.
He sure has. I think Anderson got the Ole block from Sam Moore. Sam Moore went at him and just completely missed Anderson, and Anderson came up to make the play. Great play by Anderson. The reason Coach Kayak picked Anderson up, he was a big back and he had great speed. He can cover those little fast guys, and he figured he'd be an asset to their ball club.
Dallas blocking has been one of the downfalls, or one of the negatives of the season this year. 3-2, but one of the reasons that Akins was let go, an all-league receiver for the last couple of years, that he didn't block well enough, didn't play defense well enough for Drew Pearson. 2nd down and 12 for the 21, and incomplete. Boy, Jenkins under heavy pressure makes a nice play, and Atkins not able to hang on.
Well, that was one of the downsides on Atkins. They say Atkins, as I said, has great speed, is a great feet, but he can't catch the ball very well, and he has to work on them skills.
Look at, oh man, Troy Fields, just one good shove. Look at this.
Here's a ball thrown in the perfect place, right in the hands. And as a result, Atkins dropped the ball, and those kind of plays hurt. The play was set up real well. Jenkins brought the defense in on the delayed draw, and they weren't able to execute.
3rd and 12 from the 21 after a great return by Jeff Jenkins. Let's see what Dallas does with pressure on, and he's dumped, but he unloaded the football. As again, the pressure on Johnny Sims out of Mississippi Valley says, come on, Night fans. And they love their football down here in New Orleans.
Well, he's trying to wake them up for sure. Here's the pressure. Sims just comes straight over the middle. Jenkins does a good job by just getting rid of it rather than taking a sack. I think Coach Pearson's got to be proud of that, but you're going to have to wonder how Jenkins is going to feel this afternoon or after this game.
He probably thinks it's afternoon. 26-21, 4th down and 12 on the play, and a 38-yard attempt coming up here for Jim Power on the field goal.
There's the specialty team.
And the backup quarterback, Russell, throws it. It's complete. Touchdown, Alabama. What a play.
Boy, was that one planned or what? They talk about the specialty teams. There was an error right there, but they turned it into a positive play. Possibly.
Flag on the play. Coster scored the touchdown. Now, he is a tight end. He's a legal receiver. Might depend where he lines up.
Eligible pass receiver downfield. 3-yard penalty. Repeat 4th down.
They get another opportunity, but, you know, this turnabout might be fair play here, Tony, because New Orleans lost a great play before one on Dallas mistake.
Well, I'll tell you what. 65 was downfield. Did you see there? Coster makes a great catch. Mickey threw the ball very well. Mickey Russell threw the ball very well. It pays to have a quarterback catching those kickoffs or the the specialty teams over there. And you see Mickey Russell, he's a quarterback, folks. Now, he can run the ball also.
So now it's about a 40-yarder this time. Certainly long enough, and it is good. So Dallas does get something out of it, and that's got to be a momentum builder for the Texans.
Great kick.
They make it 26-24 on the field goal. We'll be back with a kickoff.
Say who we are, and you get this with your paid subscription to this. Popular Science at a very special rate, $9.46 off the cover price, and this handsome tote free if you grab the bargain now.
Call toll-free 1-800-255-3600. 12 issues are $13.94. An instant TV discount of 40% off the newsstand price. To save and claim your gift, call 1-800-255-3600. That's 1-800-255-3600.
Well, Power's 40-yard field goal makes this a 2-point game and a tight fit here in New Orleans. Let's take a look at the previous muff, though, that almost resulted in a Dallas touchdown.
Yeah, these are the problems that Dallas has had all year long. Terrible special teams. Here, Mickey Russell throws the ball up. Coster makes a great play, but Jeff Hurd is downfield, as you can see, eliminates the touchdown. Dallas has been having those kind of breaks all year long. Now, here's a look at the real one right here. Great concentration, great kick. Oh, and Power, I believe Power knew that was good when he kicked the ball.
So he gives them a lift, and Dallas, after being down in this ball game at the half, 23-14, and at one point, 23-7, has come back now. Other than the New Orleans field goal by Morales to start the second half, it's been a Dallas second half scoring-wise, and it's 26-24. How about that for a lack of drive? 4 plays, minus 5 yards, and Power, the 40-yard field goal.
A lack of drive.
But they'll take it. And the leg on this one off the nets and touched by Barney, a live ball. And New Orleans just trying to pounce on it at that point. Goes out of bounds. It'll go back to the ninth, though.
Once that ball is touched by the opposing team, that ball is good. And Dallas has a chance to recover it. Milton Barney misses the kick. As you'll see, here's the ball kicked. Hits the net, and Milton Barney tries to make an adjustment, misses the ball. It's a good thing that Willie Culpepper was there to knock the ball out of bounds and make the play. Great hustle by Reggie Davis. He was out there trying to make that play.
Mickey Guidry got up to such a great start, hit 8 in a row to start the ball game, and since in 2 of his second 8. First and 10, ball on the 5 for the night. Culpepper really leveled at the line. Pass is complete to Barney, and he gets hammered on the play. And Dallas is starting to make some hits. Jeff Jenkins with the tackle. Man, did you see Culpepper when he came in motion and they checked him?
Alex Morris made a heck of a hit. He's a great football player. They think he's an outstanding football player, but one of the things is he's not a very good cover.
Both guys hurt on this play. Jenkins with the hit of Barney, and Jeff Jenkins.
Here's a look at the play by Jenkins. Jenkins is coming to try to make the intercept at the same time of making a hit. The ball's a little behind here because Jenkins tries to run through the receiver, and that's what you're supposed to do. You run through that guy, let him know that you're there. And Alex Morris, number 20, is a great defensive back. This guy, Coach Mitchell thinks can play safety in any league. He's a very good cover. He lacks outstanding hands, and he could be a player to be recognized in the near future.
Man in motion was Harvey, and the ball kept on the ground this time by New Orleans. 1:51 and counting here in the third quarter. Trying to pick up the first down. It'll be a third and appears short here at the 13.
Yeah, that slant play didn't fool anybody, folks.
Third and 2 from the 13 for New Orleans with a 26-24 lead, and certainly some of the air has been let out of that first half balloon of the night. Guidry. Barney in motion. Going that way. And a good play for the night as they pick up the first down on a very safe play as Anthony Newsome makes the tackle. Barney comes up with it, and I don't know how critical any one play is, Tony, but New Orleans certainly needed something to bring them back and just keep Dallas away from the football for a while.
Well, Bill, one of the biggest problems that has existed for New Orleans is second half. Here you see Mickey Guidry throwing off his back foot to Milton Barney, makes a great catch, but they've lacked offensive power in the second half. They've been in close games with Albany, Detroit. They played them great the first 2 quarters. In the third and fourth quarter, they just blew up. They need to pick it up in the second half in order to be successful.
1st and 10 from the 19. 35 seconds and counting here to go in the third quarter. Guidry. That's Barney. Inside the 5, Milton Barney.
Did he run a corner pattern precisely? Guidry laid the ball up there. Milton Barney ran an excellent route. Here you see Guidry. He drops back. He sets up strong. And then he lets the ball go. And Barney ran a post pattern. Then he broke to the corner. And you can see the defensive back couldn't get there.
30-yard pass play. And Barney's play concludes the third quarter. New Orleans is knocking on the door again. They've only averaged 26 points a game per year. They've got that. They want more to extend the lead. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in just a moment on Prime Network.
Nothing captures the magic of baseball better than baseball cards, one of the hottest collectibles going. And now you don't have to trade or buy dozens of card packs to collect all the cards from your favorite team. Now you can buy Topps baseball cards in team sets, complete with the potentially valuable rookie cards. But that's not all. With your Topps team set, you also receive this attractive baseball card album to protect and store your collection. Choose your favorite team and call now. You'll receive a complete 1991 Topps team set and team album for only $14.95 plus $3 shipping. Plus order now and you'll also receive absolutely free the valuable 1991 All-Star set. You get genuine Topps cards with all the players' Major League records on the back, plus the team album, plus the All-Star set, all for one low price. Not available in stores. Call now.
To order your Topps team set, team album, and All-Star set, use your credit card and call toll-free. 1-800-525-1000. That's 1-800-525-1000. Or send check or money order for $14.95 plus team set, Department E, Box 1618, St. Louis, Missouri, 63011. Sorry, no CODs. Call now.
Padres fans, you can order single Padres home games in your home on pay-per-view cable television. All it takes is one phone call, and you, your family, and friends can enjoy the Padres from the stadium, all in the comfort of your own home for just $7.95. The next Padres home games on cable TV are listed on your screen. So order early. Call now.
The ice awaits, the floor is clear, and the water is perfect. Beginning July 13th, the world's Olympic hopefuls come to ESPN. It's the 1991 U.S. Olympic Festival. 10 sizzling days of events. Live coverage twice a day. Look at all the value only cable can deliver.
Look at all the things we are.
On Southwestern Cable TV.
The 50-yard indoor war continues as we go to the fourth period here in Arena Football. Bill Land and Tony Hill with you on Prime Network. Dallas down by 2. New Orleans knocking on the door on a 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. And the quarterback, Guidry, keeps and scores.
Oh, he barely held on to that one. Great concentration on his part because he lost the ball on a snap and was able to take it over. But this play was all set up by Milton Barney by a great corner route where he ran a post, he broke to the post, and then he broke to the sideline, which he calls a corner route.
Take a look at Guidry, gets his second TD run of the night.
He did a great job holding on to the ball because he lost the ball in the initial snap.
And Guidry stays in here. This was his job prior to tonight when Willie Totten was the starter here. All he did was come on for the placements. He stays on in that role. You see his production tonight. What a night for Guidry, as the point is good by Morales, and New Orleans gives itself a little bit of breathing room. The night complete with fireworks indoor. They have passing rockets that go high above here in the Superdome. And following the game, night management has promised the largest indoor fireworks show ever. And I said, well, what, in the United States, in Louisiana, where? They said, we don't know. Take your pick, but it's the best and the biggest ever.
Well, I tell you what, they're having a ball here. The fans are loving it. Guidry's having a great game. Coach Kayak has got to be very pleased with the way his offense is performing. They're consistent at the present moment. The key thing is, will they break down? Will they continue to maintain this type of effort throughout the game?
They've come up with some big plays tonight. Guidry, the 1-yard run to cap off the 5-play, 45-yard drive. And Mickey Guidry is loving it here in his hometown of New Orleans. Played high school football at Shaw High School here. And what an opportunity for him. Here's the kickoff from Morales. And it hits the bar, comes off the goalpost and goes out of play. Newsom scrambling over there trying to come up with it.
Oh, and there's another gift, folks. Now, that's the way to sell out. You see the way these fans go after the ball? We're going to hire a couple of these guys and put them on the field.
It's one thing to go after a baseball, a Major League Baseball game. These footballs a little bit more expensive. The quarterbacks always key figures. Take a look at how they performed tonight. Jenkins 10 of 24 for 93 yards and 2 scores. And Guidry in his first start ever in arena ball, 13 of 19. He's thrown for 2 and 195, and he's scored 2 himself. And the night as a result. Up by 9, 33-24 New Orleans.
I think one of the big differences in this game, especially with the quarterback comparison, is the time to throw the ball. Jenkins has had very little time to throw the ball. He's been on the run. He's been moving left and right. And Guidry's been able to sit down there and just throw the ball. Not to take anything from Guidry away, but they need to give Jeff Jenkins a little time to throw the ball for him to be competitive, or Alfred Jenkins rather.
Yeah, Jeff's who he'd like to get it to. Let's see what happens here on 1st and 10 from the 5, and again under pressure. He got hit hard, underthrown, intended. I think it might have been intended for Moore or else maybe Jenkins on that play.
Yeah, you just can't perform like this. When you kind of throw deep, you've got to have time. There's missed blocks consistently. And here he's hit. He's just lucky to get that ball off. Houseman came over there, just made a great play, and Jenkins is not having enough time to throw the ball. You can't be effective when you're trying to throw the ball downfield when you always have a hand in your face.
And this is one of the areas that Drew Pearson made. The reason he made the trades that he made, looking for help in the offensive line. You see Arnold Campbell, he is the newcomer that came over from Orlando out of Alcorn State, played for the Detroit Drive last year. Mike Trigg, of course, was up there, who's now the offensive coordinator for Dallas, so he's familiar with him. But the protection has not been there consistently for Alfred Jenkins. 2nd and 10 from the 5. Again, he gets leveled as the ball is underthrown, but can't do much from the seat of your pants. Is that one? What pressure applied by New Orleans as Sims was again making a living in the backfield.
Jenkins didn't have a chance to set up on his play. Sims is just coming full speed over there. It looked like there's a miscommunication on the line. Jeff Jenkins had not even completed his route. He was running a 10-yard hook route. Now, if your quarterback didn't have time to throw a 10-yard hook route, you're in trouble. One of the things you might want to do is run some draws, maybe run some screens, hit some short passes, because what they're doing right now is not going to work.
This is a New Orleans pass defense that's the worst in the league, allowing almost 197 yards a game, and their rush is tough tonight. 3rd down and 10. Oh, and he dropped it. Jenkins right through his fingertips. And how does that work on a quarterback, Tony? Alfred Jenkins, when he has had time, has had a number drop tonight.
Well, that's got to be real tough, especially when you throw it to your brother.
Yeah.
Jeff Jenkins runs a great route. Alfred stands in there tall. You got to admire him because he's been hit all day. You see Jenkins in the front of our screen, and he just did not look it in. Mentally, that's got to frustrate a quarterback tremendously. When you're getting hit all day, you got to have some type of gratification, and that's where you need your receivers to perform for you.
60-plus yard attempt here, maybe 60 on the nose by Power. You see what he's done tonight, 1 of 3. He came in here this evening, 7 of 19 in field goals. Bad snap. Mickey Russell. He is sacked, and that's a safety. He should have thrown that one away. There is a flag thrown. Houseman comes up with a big play.
And there's the specialty teams. It's killing Dallas. Coach Mitchell has talked about this time in, time out. I've had a chance to chat with him. He said we must improve, but it might have been holding on this play, but we must improve in that area. You cannot win games when your specialty teams do not perform.
Mickey Russell quickly came over to indicate it was against the opposition.
Holding on the defense. 3-yard penalty. Automatic first.
Whoa, what a big play. Automatic first down on a turnover.
So you go from, take a look here.
Big play by Houseman. 2 points it looks like. It turns out to be a first down for Dallas.
Yeah, not only do you not get the points, you don't get the football either. And Eddie Kayat looking very calm under this. He and Harold Jackson, his assistant, saying, man, we're going through some real adversity before we get victory number 2. They've still got 10:54 and counting. So Dallas maintains possession of first down. What a huge turn of events. Let's see if they can profit, though, from the 8-yard line. Jenkins again. And it is complete. A pickup of around 5 before Barney dumps Jeff Jenkins, the receiver. Sims had the pressure on the quarterback, Alfred Jenkins.
And this is why Coach Pearson likes Alfred Jenkins and why he preferred him over Ben Bennett, because of the ability to be mobile. This guy, believe it or not, they don't think that Bennett would have been able to get out of the hands of the clutch hands of Houseman. And Jenkins made this play on his own. And the result, he completed a pass, which would have been a turnover and maybe 2 points as a touchback.
So Eddie Kayet giving the official the business there. 2nd down and 6. The ball on the 12 for Dallas. They trail by 9 with 10:04 to go in the ball game. Jenkins got a man. Oh, off the fingertips of brother Jeff.
Just not enough time, which has been the story all day. His brother Jeff Jenkins didn't have enough time to run his pattern. Here you see Alfred Jenkins drop back, but a great move by Mason, and he didn't have a chance to let it go. He can't wait for this play to develop, and as a result, incomplete pass.
Injury timeout as Sims is down on the play for the New Orleans Knight. We'll take a break with a break in the action here. It's 33-24 New Orleans with 9:46 to go.
Wet and Wild Water Sports. And you didn't even get wet.
There's Eddie Kayet trying to get his 2nd win of the year, and he looks down on his injured man who's had a whale of a game tonight. Johnny Sims still down on the floor here with New Orleans up by 9. We'll take a look at the blitz. And Tony, you're saying while we were away that Jenkins just has absolutely no time. They can't afford to throw deep.
Here's a look at it right now. They're bringing a Meg linebacker who's just coming straight up the middle. And you see Jenkins gets ready to set up, but he really doesn't want to throw the ball then because his brother had not broke open. And he's just not getting the time to throw it. And what is happening? New Orleans is sitting in the kitchen sink. They're sitting everybody possible, especially that Meg linebacker who was presenting a lot of problems for Alfred Jenkins.
So Mason came on that time. Sims down and in trouble here. Don't forget, next week, you like this war on the floor, will be in Orlando. The Predators against the Albany Firebirds. They play back-to-back in Albany this weekend. In Orlando next week. We'll have it for you here on Prime at 7:30 Eastern Time. Check your local listings for the airtime in your part of the country as Albany and Orlando, 2 of the more exciting teams in the league. And they're 2-3 each as they go at one another this weekend. And if one of these teams can sweep, I think that one will be in the playoffs.
I think so. These are 2 playoff contending teams that both have excellent ball clubs. They've lost some hair-raising games. The last few seconds, a couple for Albany, Orlando in the same situation. Both teams need a victory. Right now, Johnny Sims is going to be a detrimental loss to New Orleans because he's playing a fantastic game. He was all Mississippi Valley College team MVP in '89 and '90, so he's an outstanding player, and he's performing extremely well tonight.
Being helped off here. Bill Land and Tony Hill with you on Prime Network, and talk about key games. Dallas at 3-2. As you look at Drew Pearson there on the left part of your screen, they figure that if they're going to be in the playoffs, they have to beat a team like New Orleans. That's no knock on New Orleans, but you have to beat the 1-4s and the 0-5s. And their next game is at home next week against Detroit, and they still have to play Detroit at Detroit. Well, if you're Dallas, you don't count on anything more than a split if you're lucky against the Drive. And there's a look at the standings. Tampa Bay, a huge game against Detroit in a showdown for first place on Monday night at Joe Louis Arena. And we're told that the tickets are going fast on that one. If you're watching on Pass up in Detroit tonight, you better get to the ticket office to see that dandy on Monday. All right, following the injury timeout, we're set to go with 9:19. The clock moving again now. 3rd and 6, ball on the 12 for Dallas. They trail 33-24. Jenkins lobs, got his man, and it's complete at the 15, the 10, the 5, and a touchdown, Frank Harris out of Northern Michigan.
Oh, Harris. But what a play by Jenkins. You know, we've been hearing a lot of things about the pressure that he's had, him standing in the pocket, maybe throwing the ball too quick. This is what you call throw. He sat back in the pocket. He laid the ball up. He gave Harris plenty of time to run underneath it, and he made the play. Here's a look at it. Watch the touch. He lays it up, gives Harris a chance to run up underneath it, and then Harris just uses brute strength. Milton Barney, you're too small to tackle me, and he runs in there to make the touchdown. Excellent play, excellent job, excellent execution.
Frank Harris gets his first reception and first touchdown, obviously, of the year. Point after, it is wide to the right. And that was a huge miss.
Oh, a tremendous miss. They're 3 points down. They could have been down 2. No telling what could happen in the future.
Eddie Cayette's club trying to hang on. They lead it by a trio with 8:23 to go.
Confessions, fantasies, and private dreams. Now you can try them free. Free. Women's Confessions. Learn the private secrets women hide. Dial 1-900-230-FREE. Try it free. Discover fantasies of romance and love. Dial 1-900-386-FREE. Try it free. Take a peek inside their private dreams. Dial 1-900-847-FREE and try it free. Try them now. Try them all for free. Confessions, fantasies, and private dreams. America's most revealing $15 confession lines with the first minute free. Adults only.
Now, how'd you like to make a bet? If you like living it up in places like Atlantic City and Las Vegas, I bet this Players Club card will save you big. In places like the Sands, Atlantic City, and the Riviera, Las Vegas, up to 60% less on hotel rooms, 50% less for shows, and always 25% less for meals and drinks. So call Players Club now. Players Club, it's a sure thing.
New members get 2 free nights in Las Vegas or Atlantic City when the club books their flights. Call toll-free now.
Big Frank Harris, who's had a few sniffs with the NFL, might open some eyes with this play, Tony.
Oh, he ran a great play. You see him coming across the screen. They went for the play action fake. They thought they were going to run the ball to Jeff Atkins. Harris makes a great play, great catch, good concentration. It was a big play for Dallas. They needed to score at that point in moment. You'd think Jenkins is a little pumped up right here. He may run all the way down the field and slap high five.
Well, the beating he's taken, he deserves a little joy in his life. And Harris, he shooed those defenders away like, get away, fly, get off my back. 38 yards on the play, and Dallas back within 3. Look at Barney off his back. And there's a flag with a face mask. So that'll tack on a penalty as Barney somehow managed to still stumble out to the 6-yard line. He is some kind of athlete.
Well, there's another error on the specialty team. I guess the key in this game is going to be consistency. When you have run-and-shoot type offenses, you got a lot of turnovers. And here's another look at it from the end zone. Barney makes a great catch over. He falls flat on his back, catches the ball, gets up, and then he gets a face mask by Bradley. Now, you can't blame Bradley. He's given everything he has. But you can't afford those kind of turnovers or those kind of mistakes at this point in time of the game. These are critical errors.
Gives him pretty good field position. That last scoring drive of Dallas took 5:09, 6 plays, 45 yards, and Jenkins got most of it on a 38-yard toss to Harris, his first TD of the year. And Jenkins. Of course, Dallas coming back after all of that stuff we had in the end zone, including a missed safety opportunity. Here's Gidry going for broke right here to Barney.
Oh, what an interception, folks. That is what you call excellent concentration. What a play by Jeff Jenkins.
I thought Barney had it for sure, and Jenkins comes up with the big play and the interception.
Oh, a great pass. This is what you call defense, folks. Milton Barney and Jeff Jenkins are going stride for stride down the sideline. Gidry lays up the way he's supposed to, and Jenkins just goes up and takes the play. What an interception.
So, Gidry getting hungry, wanting it all in one bite.
Well, he had him. He was a step, just as the ball had been stepped, just a hair raised further, it would have been a play. But Jenkins, running stride for stride, made an excellent play. That could be one of the biggest plays of the game because that would have been 6 points.
And Jenkins comes up with his first interception tonight, and here's Dallas the other way. This is the Ninja Turtle Ward as he is stopped across the 15. Nice action by Ward, and Dallas starts moving the football. I think he got more than the 10 for the first down after the big interception by Jenkins, his 4th of the year. So the big play from Jeff Jenkins defensively, and now Alfred Jenkins and crew try to get it going offensively again.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a good move on Coach Pearson and the Dallas Texans, this screen. Run a screen play to run some draws, some interceptive plays, because right now New Orleans is just coming full speed. They're bringing the Mike linebacker. They're bringing all the defensive ends. They're coming very hard, and you got to slow them down. You got to keep them honest. And with a back like the Ninja Turtle, Mr. Ward, that's a good way to slow them down.
Jenkins' interception ties him for the league lead with Williams of Denver with 4 on the year. And the completion to Kenny, and he is bumped hard into the wall, but not before he got across midfield. There's a big play for Kenny, who's dropped a number of passes tonight, and we may have belabored the point on how he struggled in the first meeting between the two, but it was a big factor in the game.
Well, the key thing is to forget about what happened in the past and come back in the future, and that's what he did. He holds on to the ball, and here, watch this sideline. He just knocked the wall out off of the field. That's what you call hitting, folks. In this game, you either get hit or you hit somebody. I think I'd rather hit somebody than get hit.
So Kenny with his 4th reception. Dallas on the move. 5:50 to go. They're down by 3. Jenkins complete to Kenny again at the 10, looking for a block. Inside the 10, it'll be 1st and goal for the Texans. Fields on the play defensively for the New Orleans Knight. And is New Orleans running out of gas again?
Well, I don't know, but Kenny's making big plays now. You know, one of the things, he had dropped a few, but that's a great spin move. One block, a good block by Jenkins, and a great tackle because Kenny would have scored on there. Right now, Dallas taking what's being given to him. The short passes, they've hit Kenny on the same play to the opposite side of the field, and it'd be interesting to see what type of play they run here.
This is a New Orleans team that gave Detroit fits until the 4th quarter last week, and now Dallas is slowly taking control. 1st and goal. Jenkins all day looking for someone, and threw it away.
Which is a very wise move on his part. Nobody was open, and he just threw the ball away.
Glenn Hazley was in his face on that play. And Eddie Kayat, Tulane graduate out of Moss Point, Mississippi, trying to give the hometown fans some excitement here with a victory. 7,527 have shown up here at the Superdome tonight. As Drew Pearson talks it over with Alfred Jenkins, there are his numbers this evening with 172 yards, 3 scores, 2 intercepted for Alfred Jenkins. He scored on a 1-yard run as well.
Right now, Coach Kayak wants his team to continue that defensive pressure, to put pressure on Jenkins so he didn't have time to throw the ball.
2nd and goal from the 8 for the Texans. They're down by 3. 4:18 to go. Nearly picked off by New Orleans. Out of the reach of Kenny. Covering out there 2 players. The man who almost gave up the interception was Anderson, who's already got a pair, and Jack Phillips out of Alcorn State.
Well, they put the pressure on Jenkins, as we mentioned. One of the things you're going to have to remember is that field goal. Do you remember that field goal was missed? What kind of role will that play in this game right here? There you see Jenkins having to throw the ball in a hurry.
Dallas on 3rd down conversions, 4 of 9 on the year. Dallas comes in successful on 39% of their 3rd down conversions. The league's best is Albany at 42%. And a key win here, obviously, with 3rd and goal from the 8, down by 3. Jenkins.
Oh, he had him. He'd like to have that one back to his brother. He had a step on Barney, and that's all you need for a touchdown in this league. And they ran a crossing route. One of the few things I see Coach Pearson's team run. A lot of teams in this league that are successful, they run a lot of crossing routes. And I think if Coach Pearson's team wants to become more successful, they're going to have to incorporate that into their style offense.
3:06 of moving. Clock doesn't stop till the final minute of the ball game. New Orleans players wanting the crowd to get involved here as Power tries to tie the ball game with a 25-yard field goal attempt from Jim Power. 33-30. Dallas could tie it up if Power's successful. Russell on the hold. Mickey Russell. Good snap. Certainly high enough, but it is no good. No good, and the Knight stays on top by 3.
Oh, that's going to be costly. That's 2 in a row right there. That's 5 points. 4 points that could have been added to the Texans team. Coach Kayak's got to feel very good about that.
And now you start thinking clock, because the clock will continue to move. There's 2:40 to go when we come back following this break.
All-American, one company with a single focus on football. All-American is able to keep in sharp focus our 3 goals: to provide the very best at reconditioning service, the best new equipment products, and to provide the services and products more affordably than anyone else. For the third straight season, the All-American Max Pro 2001 helmet is being worn exclusively as the official helmet of the Arena Football League. Max Pro helmets by All-American.
Mike Power, 1 of 4 on field goals tonight. He's missed from 53, 24, and 25. And we mentioned the dimensions here, much more difficult than regular football with the width of just 9 feet on the goal post and 15 feet high instead of the traditional 10. There you see it. Not easy, but boy, Power would like to have that one back. And whoever loses this game, Tony, is going to come away saying we should have won it. There's been so many crucial mistakes in the game.
Undoubtedly. I bet Coach Kayat, his major objective now is ball control, which is very, very difficult in this league because generally it's either fast score here, fast score there, or a quick interception there. So consistency, no turnovers is going to be the key to this game right now.
In the first meeting, which the Texans fell to New Orleans 27-23, New Orleans rushed for 100 yards to just 20, and they'd like to put it on the ground here. It hasn't been much of a factor for them tonight.
Well, there they go. They go straight to the run over there, to their big back over there, Mason.
Moore and Coster make the tackle. There's Mickey Guidry, got his first start tonight in Arena Football out of LSU in place of Willie Totten from Mississippi Valley, trying to lead him to a victory with a timeout call. 2 minutes, 4 seconds to go. Dallas calling timeout. Your timeouts are a little bit different strategy in Arena Football League with the clock stopping at the 1 minute mark. Then it becomes like regular football where it will stop on incompletions and stop on ball going out of bounds, runner going out of bounds or on penalties. But until then, it keeps moving. So Drew Pearson realizes he's got an ally once he gets inside that minute mark. Let's make them earn their time here.
Right now, what Drew wants, his major objective is to keep that ball in their territory where they get a chance, if worst case scenario, to get a field goal to tie this game and send it overtime. Right now, you have to think New Orleans' major objective is to hold on to the ball. We need a first down desperately right now. First down so that we can continue to knock time off that clock.
There's Barney and Mason and the offensive crew, and Mickey Guidry, 13 of 20 tonight, 195 yards for 2 scores and 1 intercepted. He's rushed twice for 3 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Oh, we just want to get a chance to say for Coach Kayak, he had a son who had an operation. We want to say hi to Bill Kayak. Your father's thinking about you and wish you the best of luck and best of success this year.
Avoided major surgery and is headed to Duke on a football scholarship. So we want to say hello and glad to have you with it. And he's saying we'll hopefully win one for you here tonight. Guidry. Complete. Culpepper just short of the first down. Needed to get to the 15. He's inches shy. Alex Morris on the tackle.
And the clock's continually running.
Dallas trailing New Orleans 33-30. And there's Eddie Kayat, assisted by Harold Jackson, offensive coordinator. New Orleans, they say they're not out of the playoff picture. This is the halfway point. They played 5 games. You got 5 to go. If they win here tonight, then they say they've got some momentum as they meet Columbus next week, a team that hasn't won yet. Did he get the first?
It's close. It's
on
close.
3rd down.
I don't know if he got the first down. They're signaling.
Guidry says he's short. Now what do you do if you're Eddie Kayat?
This could be the play of the game.
You're on your own 14 3/4 yard line. 1:07 and the clock will stop here at the 1 minute mark. And Dallas called timeout, and again smartly so, with 1:06.
Oh, you know, I'd go for it.
We're going to keep it right here as Guidry goes over to visit with Eddie Kayat. Well, your field goal attempt from here is 50-yarder, something like that. So the chances are slim of that. The thing you look for, of course, is put the ball on the other end. And I agree with you, Tony. Teams can score so quickly. If you give them the football, you're asking for trouble. In the way this game is going, it'll probably happen.
The team generally with the ball seems to be the team that's most successful.
And in this case, if you're New Orleans and you don't get it, Dallas scores right away, you're going to get the ball back, and there's nobody saying you can't score quick.
Well, you're 1-4. If you don't go for this, if you lose the game by going for a field goal, you'll never hear the end of it. Go for it. show some intensity. Give the team some confidence. They make this play. They can go a lot further with team morale and confidence as far as the ball club is concerned.
You can't get on 4th and inches. You don't deserve to win. That's what their situation is here. The ball on the 14 and the flag thrown. So Guidry with the long count drew him off sides, it would appear. We'll check with the official, R.G. Detillier.
Oh, foul. Illegal procedure. Defense. First down.
One of the oldest tricks in the book.
Yeah, they used the old hesitation route. Guidry came up there, gave a couple of false calls, hut, and they jumped off sides. And obviously Dallas trying to make a big play, but there's another mistake right there. Those are the things you don't need. You must beat us. Don't give the game away. And I'm sure Coach Pearson and the rest of that staff are just crying inside because of the type of turnovers they've had all night.
Dallas in danger of falling to 3-3. Big blow to their playoff hopes if they fall. 1:06 to go. 1st and 10 from the 18 for the night, up by 3. Mason, no way. The Dallas defense rises this time.
Boy, Denard came through there. It's a loss of down, so the clock stops.
We'll take a break here with 1 minute to go. The week on Prime Network. Stay with us. New Orleans 33-30.
The future is brighter than ever on cable. Just look at what you'll see this week. Programs that challenge the imagination, like the Discovery Channel's Invention series. It's CNN's Future Watch, a window to the world ahead of us.
What if? That's a question we ask every week on this program.
It's the place to find the future. It's the variety and value of cable this week. On Southwestern Cable TV.
Hi, I'm Bill Adair of American Cancer Society. I'm here with Phil Friedman of America's 2, winner of our last year's sailing regatta.
We'd like to have you come out with us August 18th for the premier sailing event of 1991.
The 1991 American Cancer Society's Cup Regatta will be held on San Diego Bay, Sunday, August 18th. If you would like more information on how you can be a part of this great event, call 299-4200.
In the city that never sleeps, or so says the press guy, the New Orleans Knight, trying to keep them awake here all night this evening in the Crescent City with a 33-30 lead. And must remind you that, like the 2-minute timeout in the National Football League, in Arena Football League, it's the 1-minute timeout. And the clock will stop now on incompletions and penalties and out of bounds. And the offensive team any team must still try to make offensive yards. You can't just try to kill the clock. You have to make an effort to move the football, or the officials' judgment can stop the clock themselves.
Correct. And any time that they don't try, as you mentioned, they don't try to move forward or just sit on the ball, the clock will stop. So it can be detrimental to you. You must move the ball.
Dallas, I believe, is out of timeouts now. That's their 3rd timeout. And Guidry goes over to visit Drew Pearson, talking to his players and staff as Dallas out of timeouts with 51 seconds to go. It is going to be a 3rd and 10, the ball on the 18-yard line for Guidry and company.
Yeah, but New Orleans still needs a first down in order to really secure this game, because Dallas will get the ball back if they stop successfully the next couple downs. And anything can happen in this game, especially when it's only a 3-point game. You got to remember this is a 50-yard field, so 20 yards away, which is generally a long ways, could be an easy chip shot. Granted, it's a 9-foot goal, but you got a 9-yard goal, but you got to understand you can get good field position in a hurry in this game.
Guidry, take a look at the play chart from Harold Jackson, and you might, again, that's why we emphasize the point that you'd think, well, if you get the first down, then you can just go ahead and step in your own backfield and down the ball. No, you can't. They will stop the clock then. You've got to try to progress with it, take it into the line, and that's when the fumbles and a chance to start stripping the football occur. And arena football is all about playing the game to the max, to the final seconds, and there's none of these things where you walk off with 20 seconds to play in an arena football game.
Oh, not at all. The great thing about this game, these players are playing for the enjoyment. That's why you see such a great ball game. You see the intensity there. You see the motivation. And here's a big play coming up right here.
3rd and 10 from the 18 with 51 seconds to go. New Orleans up by 3 with the ball.
They don't need an interception now.
Culpepper in motion. Good. Almost picked off by Newsome in the secondary. intended for Barney, and Newsom thought he had it. Here comes Morales. They'll try to kick it away, or will they? Would think at this point they'll probably just boot the field goal attempt. Power might have a chance to tie. He had one a moment ago and missed wide left.
Well, Powers has got the ability to do it. He's a student of Ben Agajanian, who's had some great kickers in Efren Herrera, Rafael Septien, some outstanding kickers, and so he's got the ability to do it.
48-yard attempt for Morales. It's long enough, and it's good. Oh, mama, what a play by Morales.
Oh, that could be the backbreaker right there, the straw that broke the camel's back. That forces Dallas to score a touchdown.
That's the longest this year for Morales. A 48-yarder eclipses the 45-yarder he had last week against Detroit and makes Eddie Kayat a happy man. It'll take a touchdown to beat him now.
Here's another look at it. That ball is good all the way. Morales must have known that the moment it touched his foot.
Look at Kayat's reaction.
Does he look excited, folks?
Yeah, we'll take that.
We had the one key thing about this game. Coach Drew Pearson has been in this situation before, and I don't know how many times, and has been able to come out on top. So this will be interesting. He definitely has the savvy as a coach in this type of situation. Has he endured that on his players will be the next question.
Well, of course, he's the guy that helped bring about the Hail Mary pass and is known more than anyone for the Hail Mary reception. And this league, Hail Mary is a whole different deal where they throw it off the nets, Tony.
Oh,
you know,
I'll tell you what, though, you and I both know anything can happen in this game in 39 seconds, let alone in 5 seconds.
It could be returned here. Jeff Jenkins, the 10.
And there it is.
Use the board to stay in bounds, and all the way out to the 24-yard line. What a return by Jeff Jenkins. As long as your feet are in bounds, you can use those boards, the walls, to your advantage. You'd help maintain your balance, and that's what he did.
That's a good effort. A very good effort on Jenkins' part. But right now, here's where the men are separated from the boys. Right now is the time for them to step up, not only on offense, but on defense. Eddie Kayat, because all their team has had a problem in the past, in the last quarter, in the last few seconds, etc. So they need a big play offensively from Dallas, defensively from New Orleans. You got to think New Orleans is feeling pretty good right now.
Okay, 32 seconds to go for Dallas. He stepped out around the 17-yard line. That's where they have it 1st and 10. Out of bounds, intended take your pick for either Moore or Jenkins or Kenny. And Barney back covering. Pressure was on, though, by Houseman and Sims again.
I know Drew pretty well. They got a chance. They don't have to get a touchdown on the first play. I wouldn't be surprised they run the same route. You'll see Sam Moore coming across the middle and throwing and laying the ball off to him, where then he may catch the ball and run with it at the same time. If not this play, the play after. But look for Sam Moore coming across the middle. Drew Pearson has run that route numerous times. I've cleared out for him for that matter, and it's been a very successful play in the future. And he was wide open on the last play.
2nd and 10 from the 17. 26 seconds to go. Jenkins, there it is at the 20-yard line, and down to about the 17 on the reception. Sam Moore, their leading receiver. Drew says, keep it going and hustle, fellas.
I've seen that play on numerous occasions, folks, and I guarantee that you may see it again. This play, the ball should go out of bounds.
They're out of timeouts. Remember that. 1st and 10 on the 16, and that's what Jenkins does.
Like a well-taught coach here.
But also, Jenkins got to be careful, Tony. You better throw that ball into the stands, because when he lobs that ball off the boards, that's a live ball.
That's correct. That's correct. He should have threw that up to us. We need a souvenir up here.
Right. We haven't gotten one yet. All right. 12 seconds to go. 2nd and 10 from the 16. What do you do?
Right now, knowing Drew, believe I know Drew's mentality, I would not be surprised if you see a receiver coming across the middle to make this play. I would be surprised. Obviously, I'd go to Sam Moore. He's your big player. He makes the big plays in this type of situation. He beat Denver with this play. This guy knows what to do.
Sam Moore, who's already caught a couple of touchdown passes tonight.
They got him isolated by himself, but you got to remember the Jenkins combination. They might just lay this ball up.
Jenkins. Kenny. Touchdown, Dallas. It's a tie game.
Oh, holy cow. Have you seen enough today? Did I tell you Mr. Pearson has been here before? But the big play, the big situation comes now is the extra point. Powers has missed the last 2 in a row. What will he do now? You see Coach Pearson trying to calm him down, coax him a little bit, say, hey, you're the best, you're the greatest, you've done it before, just take your time, but don't miss it.
Now, don't forget about that field goal that just cost us the game a moment ago.
Now, this is the most demoralizing thing to Coach Kayak. The team has played a fundamentally sound game all day, and here you are with 6 seconds to go. And
no sure thing here.
Their team got their backs against the wall.
He was 10 of 19 coming in. Russell gets the snap down, and it is good, and Dallas takes the lead with 6 seconds remaining. Oh, my goodness.
Hey, this game is not over.
Texans.
This game is not over, though, folks, as we just illustrated. Anything can happen in this game.
Take a look at the play. It's 37-36 now.
They ran a crossing route, which is very effective in this league. You send Moore as a decoy. Antron Kenny comes across. He drops a couple passes. He gets a chance to reestablish himself with a great catch and great concentration. You know, he has to make you think the coach is excited? I never seen him that excited when we were playing.
Well, you mentioned earlier you thought he was taking on some of the characteristics of your old coach, Tom Landry. I don't remember Tom ever doing that after any score.
I don't either.
So Jenkins completes it to Kenny, and Dallas on top by 1. This is the first time they've led since 7-6 in the middle of the first period.
Well, the key thing is, they've got an outstanding kick returner right here in Milton Barney. This guy can do it all, folks. Coach Kayak says, hey, this guy needs to be in the pros because he's the type of player, he gives you 100% in practice, he gives you 100% in the game, and he just loves the game. Any opportunity he has, a day off, he's out catching footballs. And you've got to love a game to do that on your day off.
Well, Drew Pearson, after the elation, realizes, well, there's still 6 seconds to go, and don't give him anything here. New Orleans scored with 39 seconds to go, and then Dallas came back after the field goal by Morales that would appear to have locked it up, but Texans on top by 1 and 6 seconds away from going 4-2 and getting their first back-to-back victories of the year. This is a team that went to the Arena Bowl last year under Ernie Stautner. Drew Pearson trying to take them back to the title game.
Boy, you just can't ask for a better game. And these games been unbelievable. They've been phenomenal.
We have been fortunate on Prime Network, but it's not a rarity. Last week we had the 57-53 Tampa Bay contest down at the Suncoast Dome over Albany. We have a penalty being assessed. So, because of the celebration afterwards, a delay of game, regardless of how long this play takes, there will be one more play from scrimmage for New Orleans following the kickoff.
And folks, don't leave your seats. This game is not nearly over.
That means they get like a 15, 20-yard return. They have got a legitimate shot at it.
Lombardi has a chance to catch this ball. Lombardi has a chance. And
hit hard at about the 11-yard line. And they'll get a play here. 1 second on the clock right now anyway, though. So they were still all right in that case.
Milton Barney, nephew of Lim Barney, is a big player, but he wasn't able to take this one back.
So the 3-yard penalty puts the ball out at the 14-yard line. This is the 4th week out of the 6 games we've had that the final play of the game could decide the game.
Well, I tell you what, this is going to have to be a heck of a kick by Morales. They're going for it. I thought they might go for the Hail Mary play, the net throw, but no, they're going for the victory with the field goal.
52-yarder for Morales. He's hit from 48, 31, and 18 yards tonight. So Morales going for a 52-yard field goal attempt to win the game on the final play.
The fans are on their feet, folks. You think they love this game out here? These fans are really behind it.
Morales for 52 in the win. Long enough.
It's good! Oh, no! Did I tell you this game is not nearly over? Oh. What a way to lose a game. What a way to win a game. The fireworks are really going. Gee.
A 52-yarder from Morales, and they are going bonkers here in New Orleans. Eddie Kayat with 1 tick of the clock left. New Orleans gets from 52 out from Morales, and Drew Pearson, a pat on the back from the winning coach, Eddie Kayat.
Boy, what a way to lose, what a way to win. Right now, Dallas has to look at the field goals that were missed. 3 close field goals that should have been, not necessarily, there's never a gimme in this game, but ones that Jim Powers is capable of making. Here Morales makes an unbelievable kick, the one that he'll probably make 1 out of 9 tries he kicks, and changes the whole game around. But as we mentioned in this game, the game is never over until the end of the game.
Coach Judy Johnson with the ball club in the administrative capacity comes down to congratulate Eddie. And how about this guy? He's the one that got him going early tonight. Mickey Guidry came out and hit his first 8 passes tonight. New Orleans sprinted to a 23-7 lead. It was 23-14 at the half. Dallas came back, finally overhauled New Orleans on the Kenny 16-yard pass and the point after, and then Morales from 52. Let's take another look at it.
Boy, Morales, great snap. Morales gets under it. Looks good. Hits the bar. Bingo.
Look at Eddie and Harold Jackson.
Oh, Eddie's going to be dancing tonight, you guys. I haven't seen Eddie move that fast in about a couple years.
If he could still move that fast at every play, he'd still be a fine offensive lineman in the National Football League.
I tell you what, he's a great team leader for this team. He's one of the nicest coaches I've had a chance to visit with. He talks so highly of his players. He mentioned that the fact that Guidry is starting, that Willie Totten is still a very much a big part of this ball club and will play for this team. And he just has so many positive things to say about his ball club.
Morales' 52-yarder gives New Orleans the season sweep in the series against the Texans, their 2nd win of the year. We'll be back to talk about it. Wrap it up 39-37 night.
If this is the way you like to fish, we're about to disturb your nap, guaranteed. Introducing Fish Tech 2000. It attracts fish by the schoolful. Big fish, little fish, any kind of fish. Fish Tech attracts them and nails them. The secret is chemiluminescence, a brilliant beam of light that penetrates even the murkiest waters and draws fish to it with an irresistible urge to strike. To activate, just bend, snap, and shake. The individual chemicals combine instantly to create chemiluminescence. Attach Fish Tech 2000 to your line, then cast into the water and brace yourself for action. Fish Tech works in freshwater or saltwater with live bait or any lure, and it lasts up to 4 full hours. Fishermen everywhere are raving about it.
I've been bass fishing for years, but I've never caught anything like this. With Fish Tech, I've even caught 9 and 12 pounders.
I used to think fishing was boring, but not with Fish Tech. I can't believe the action.
Fish Tech works for them, and it's guaranteed to work for you. If on your very first day you don't catch more fish than you've ever caught, we'll refund every penny. Fish Tech is only $14.95 for a package of 10. That's 40 hours of the most action-packed fishing you can imagine. Your eyes will be so wide open in amazement, we'll also include these original Amber Vision glasses as a special bonus. Over 3 million have been sold, but they're yours absolutely free. That's 10 Fish Tech 2000s plus the original Amber Vision glasses for only $14.95. Due to overwhelming response, CODs cannot be accepted. So have your credit card ready and order now.
Have your credit card ready and call toll-free 1-800-453-9000 or send check or money order for $14.95 plus $4 shipping and handling to Fish Tech 2000, 4500 American Way, Roanoke, Virginia. Due to overwhelming demand, no CODs will be accepted.
Prime Network's presentation of Arena Football is brought to you by Little Caesars, 2 great pizzas, 1 low price, always, always. By Spalding, official supplier of the Ironman football. By Bike, advanced technology serving athletes worldwide. And by Max Pro, the fastest growing brand of helmets in America. New Orleans winning with time expiring, 39-37 over the Dallas Texans here at the Superdome, and they're trying to literally blow the roof off of this place here. Bill Land and Tony Hill back with you. They promised the 7,527 that showed up. They put on the biggest indoor fireworks display ever here this evening, and they're trying to live up to that promise. And I don't think, I know it can't come close to matching the fireworks that we had in our game tonight. Just a tremendous game and a bitter defeat for the Texans.
Oh, it's got to be. It's got to be. Dallas obviously felt that they should win this game. Coach Kayak felt that their team is a much better team than they have displayed all year. And tonight, both teams really demonstrated that they can both score. And they played very, very good football. And it's obviously an upsetting defeat for the Texans, but obviously a tremendous delight for the New Orleans Knights.
And for that, tonight's Little Caesars player of the game is Mickey Guidry. Little Caesars, 2 great pizzas, 1 low price, always, always. As Guidry, in his debut as a starting quarterback in this league, throws for 204 yards, 2 TDs, had 1 intercepted. He also ran for a couple of scores this evening as Guidry, the one-time LSU player, comes off the bench tonight to lead his team to its 2nd victory of the year and improve to 2-4. And one of the big reasons they were successful, the Iron Man of the game, to the player who best exemplifies going both ways, Milton Barney, 7 receptions for 96 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had the first 2 TD receptions of the game for New Orleans to set the tone. Some fine returns, and also did a nice job defensively here for the night, and what a player he is.
Oh, he's an outstanding football player. He not only did it offensively, but he played great on defense. He was surrounding the football players continuously on defense.
Hope you enjoyed it tonight here on Prime Network. Bill and Tony Hill with you. Next up now for New Orleans, they're 2-4. They will take on Columbus next week here at the Superdome before they go to Orlando. And for Dallas, it won't get any easier. They're now 3-3, and they have to take on Detroit in Dallas next week. There again is the field goal by Morales from 52 yards.
Oh. The game is never over until it's over, as they say. 6 seconds left. Thought it was over. Big play by Morales. Outstanding condition by Coach Kayak coming out 10 bleachers.
What quickness, about a 4.540 for Eddie Kayak as New Orleans wins it here 39-37. For Tony Hill, this is Bill Land. Thanks to all of you along the line on Prime Network. Hope you enjoyed it this evening. And don't forget our next telecast next week. We come to you from Orlando as the Predators meet the Firebirds here on Prime Network. Good night, everybody.
You're watching the Prime Ticket Network.